All right. Lord have mercy. All right. Oh my God, I just got off work and I said, hey, we gotta do a live tonight. We got a lot of topics to talk about that I did not get a chance to talk about in the morning show because y'all kept me up late last night. And so we are prepared. We have our notes here. We do have our notes concerning a lot of stuff. So we're gonna be covering a lot of topics. So let's get to our first topic of the day. How y'all doing? Can y'all hear me? All right. So I'm definitely on time. We put the announcement out on Twitter that we was going live at 11 o'clock Central. So I do want to apologize to my East Coast. Y'all watch me at midnight. But if y'all, and shout out to the people that's going to see this in the morning. So shout out to the people about that. And also to shout out to the people that's be going to church tomorrow for Easter and all of that. Well, we have a lot of topics that we definitely got to get into. We're going to be talking about DaBaby, Latto. We're going to be talking about Storm Monroe and also Tasha K. And I want you all to, because I'm going to be preaching, to tune into that sermon. But let me first go into DaBaby. And this is something I'm a fan of DaBaby. Let me say that. I am a fan of DaBaby. I think that he is an incredible artist. I was listening to I was listening to Wi-Fi, the record he did with NBA YoungBoy. I'm just a fan of his music. I'm a fan of his style. I'm a fan of, you know what I'm saying? Not really a fan of how he treat women, but I'm just a fan of his artistry. But apparently he's back in the news because it was an intruder, went on his property and he got his weapon and he shot him. Now let me say this. You cannot go on somebody's property and think that nothing will happen to you. You don't know if that person is strapped or what. That's one thing that you can do in this country is defend your property. That's one thing that we have. We have is that the Second Amendment right where you have a right to bear arms. That's one thing I love about this country. For those that, you know what I'm saying, want to just jump into your house and try to break into your house, he have every right to clap back. A lot of people say, oh my gosh, why is DaBaby going through this? Why is he always in trouble? But he's not in this particular instance. He's the victim in this situation because an intruder came in his house. He have a right to clap back to him. So I want to wish him well. It's good to protect your house. Another reason is a lot of celebrities get targeted, you know, with these mansions and these big houses. That's what I want to live in. No mansion. I want to live in just a regular house. But a lot of these celebrities, when they in these big estates, they get targeted. If you don't have enough security on your residency, they get targeted. You know, even Chris Brown, his house was broken into. Paris Hilton house was broken into. A lot of these celebrities, they get targeted and their houses be broken into. You even get them, you know, when you go out of town. A lot of celebrities post when they're out of town, and that's when their houses get, you know, broken into. So I think what DaBaby did was absolutely right. You know, you defend your property. He didn't do any wrong. No charge would be up on him. In this particular case, I'm cool with it. So I was able to celebrate and listen to his music. And the guy didn't pass, you know, he didn't pass away. So that's a good thing that whatever the shot, it wasn't fatal. The guy still of it. But we definitely want to make sure that he get, you know, his credit for what he did. All right. I really want him to get his credit, man. Like, you don't go to nobody's house. Don't go to my house. All right. Because I was even thinking about getting, you know what I'm saying, getting strapped. Because I know here in Texas, you don't even have to have your license, a license to carry in this state. So I'm looking into it. So I may go and shop around and carry me something just in case. You know what I'm saying? I never been to a gun range. I never I never done that. So I'm like, if I were to do it, it would be something new. I never even I think I touched a weapon maybe like when I was a kid, maybe once. Because I think my stepfather he did security and he showed us his gun, and I think we touched it. But other than that, because he was instructing us, don't play with this. This is dangerous. He was giving us a course on how not to play with it. Um, but I don't know. If you know, I'm thinking about getting one. You never know. All right. Okay. Now I got to talk about this chick real quick. I got to talk about Latto. Latto is a person that I feel as though that she used a lot to sell records. When you go to DJ Academics, he says she's going to pose to sell 12,000 records in the first week, 20,000 records, whatever the case may be. It's very, very low for first week sales. And so, of course, she went on the Breakfast Club and she said, "Hey, it was a song that did not get clear. Was hard to get clear because they wanted me to answer them a DM on Instagram." And I said, "Oh, wow." So she never named the name of the artist. She allowed these random artists, Lil Wayne and many other people, to get dragged on social media, and she said nothing. Then she do an interview with Jason Lee, and she said, "Well, I'm not going to say the name if I'm doing the clout." I personally believe that Latto lied, put that rumor out there. She lied for ratings. She lied for ratings. She lied to say somebody was in her saying, "Hey, didn't answer the DM. They was having time for the feature because she wanted some controversy to sell records." Unfortunately, I listened to Latto album. It's all right for me, maybe because I've been listening to a lot of Nicki, and it's kind of hard when you listen to a lot of Nicki Minaj music, and then when you listen to like a Latto, you kind of like, man, this is trash. I wasn't really feeling the record, and obviously her fans wasn't really feeling the record because she did not sell the many records in the first week. A person that is doing it on the billboards right now is none other. Oh my gosh, what's his name? Because he's from Chicago. I can't think of his name right now. He from Chicago. Y'all know is that he's a rapper. I can't think of his name. Oh man, hold on. Let me see. Let me get his name because I was streaming his album, and he's still number one on the Billboard 200. I think he's out. I think his album is Lil Durk. Thank you, Lil Durk. He's still number one on the Billboard 200, and his album is good. He have a good fan base. Like he traveled the country. His fans love him. A lot of people from Chicago listen to his music and support him. And I support Dirk because number one, he's from Chicago and I love some of his music and I love it, man. He's from Chicago, so he's representing the city, and so I'm going to support him. And I think he's really putting that Chicago on as having one of the best rappers. If he's keep going, he's going to wind up being one of the top talent. So back to Latto, her album is not number one on the Billboard 200. I don't know if people listen to it or not, but let me say this: you don't have to lie to sell records. Your talent should speak for yourself. Making good songs should speak for yourself. Even though don't get me wrong, I like Big Energy. I think that's a cute record, but it wasn't enough to carry the album. It wasn't enough to carry people to buy it. And I think a lot of people are not, buying albums. You really have to be something so you can get, and this is no shade to others, even getting 100K, it was a certain amount of time that 100K album sold in the first week was a flop. But 100K in this day and age is in the first week considered to be a success. It's not too many artists, rappers like Latto and others that can hit 100K in the first week. They're hitting 10 or 20K. And mind you, they're on these 360 deal. They're on these 360 deals, so they're not getting a lot of the money on this 360 deal. You have to understand that most of these artists that's coming out now on 360. So you're literally going to be owing the label, and then you're going to have to hit the road and perform records on the road. You're gonna have to hit the road and perform about all these shows. Your family gonna have to see just to make ends meet. And a lot of people don't understand that. So when you want to make it into this industry, understand that you really gonna have to have something to get people interested into buying into your product. And I think a lot of these female artists, they're pulling this Nicki Minaj starter kit and trying to do what Nicki does instead of them being original or having some type of talent that is different and it's or unique. A lot of these female artists don't have uniqueness. That's what is missing with a lot of female artists. They just they get the wigs, they wear the long hair. They try to copy off of this one because it worked. They copy off that one because it worked. A lot what's missing in female hip hop is uniqueness, and so that is something that I think Latto should have is that uniqueness, and that's something that she is missing in my humble opinion. And she's not the only one that's missing that. I think a lot of female artists is missing that. Even I was checking this out with Erica Banks. This woman went to get surgery. She went to get surgery to get her a tummy tuck, boobs done. Like she went and got a whole surgery on her body, allegedly. Post the video, didn't really go nowhere because none of the blogs posted. Like I think Erica Banks is struggling to get people to talk about her. She's struggling to get people to get into her content. She's struggling to get people to buy her records, and that's why she haven't released the album. So, Latto, don't lie to the people, all right? What is y'all saying in the comments? She says she's not my cup of tea. Some of y'all probably never even heard of Latto. Amaretta has it. Yeah, she have talent. I believe because she's dark skinned, people don't pay credit to her, and that's sad about Amaretta. Like she's a good talent, but because she's dark skinned, if she was looking like Sweetie, a skin tone like Sweetie, I think she would sell records. But when you dark skinned, it's so hard for you to sell records. You can even go to Brandy. It's hard for her to sell records because of her skin tone. She was selling good at first, but then now people are not really fooling with that because they like a high yellow or a brown, a high brown type of tone to get support. Look at Sweetie. She's so beautiful and she get a lot of deals. But will Erica Banks get those same type of deals? No, because she's dark skinned. And that's just my humble opinion. All right, so let's go. Give me a second. All right. So I told y'all an update about Caitlyn Walker, and apparently the prosecutor's not happy with him. They're supposed to come up with a verdict soon. So I think the jury is out on deliberation, if I'm not mistaken. And so we're gonna keep y'all updated about this guy, about Caitlyn Walker. He's up on charges. We definitely going to keep y'all updated about those, about his case, about the verdict. But I'm assuming that this man going to wind up serving life in prison. All right. So he came on our show. We restreamed the interview, but I'm so glad that I stood on the right and said the man was guilty, because I felt it. Because I'm like, it was just so many cases, so many women that came through, and then he even released a tape of an underage woman and had bloggers releasing it on their platform. So he's gonna go down, and yeah, he's definitely gonna go down. All right. Okay. Where we at? How we doing with time? What's that? All right. So I want to say I got Storm Monroe and Tasha K. And let me first say this. The Wiley Show is not on contract. All right. The Wiley Show is not on anybody's contract. The Wiley Show is not on anybody's payroll. The Wiley Show bills are not being paid by anybody but Wiley. All right. So I definitely want to put that out to the public because so many people think that I'm on Tasha K payroll, and you're wrong. I'm not on contract. I'm not on Tasha K payroll at all. And if I am on payroll, I won't be working a regular 9 to 5. But I do want to talk about these two people that I know on these YouTube streets. And I had the pleasure of listening to Tasha K's live that she did on TashaKLive.com. And the reason why I wanted to listen to it on my own, because sometimes when you get a third party, they may miss something or they may misinterpret something and they may not tell the truth. So what I did today, I took out of my schedule and I said, hey, let me listen to Tasha K address Storm Monroe. And let me see, because she said she addressed Storm Monroe and she also addressed T.S. Madison. So I'm gonna first start off with her addressing T.S. Madison. And I'm gonna just keep Storm and Tasha on the screen here. Y'all know how T.S. Madison look. So she goes on and she said she believed that Fox Soul and T.S. Madison, through shade, she felt like she was offended that Sophia, before the show, did a skit dissing her. And before she got on and did the interview, Sophia was doing a skit talking about these bloggers, and they going around, they lying, and they trying to get to the T, and these bloggers are a mess. And y'all seen the Sophia skit, and Tasha K took offense towards that. And then Tasha K really told some truth that these commentators or bloggers have to release their content and bring their audience first before they're able to release the stuff on their YouTube channels. Like the fucking Aniva, he's not able to do TGIF that content on his channel. They're only supposed to be on Fox Soul. Then she said that Fox Network is a network that do not like black people like that, and that they're doing all of this stuff, and these content creators. This is Tasha K saying on her app that these content creators can't break 1 million views. You need 5 or 6 people to do that, and she said, "I'm doing that on my own." She also said that she did drag Fox Soul. She called the Cocktails of Cougars. That's a show with Vivica A. Fox, Lisa, y'all know, and Claudia Jordan. She called it the Cocktail of Cougars. She said that why is Vivica Fox doing a show on Fox Soul? That she used to watch Vivica Fox when she was young. And then Tasha gets to the defamation cases. Her husband was talking about how many defamation cases happen on the federal level, maybe about 3 or 4 about the defamation. She wanted T.S. Madison to pull some things from the interview, and she feels that T.S. Madison is desperate for fame. She also said, and she brought up Armand Wiggins, and I'm just bringing what was said on the app, and I'm listening. I'm bringing my notes for the audience. She said that you brought Armand Wiggins on there, and he's not even getting the views that I'm getting. And I want to pause right there because that's what she said. And you have to understand with Fox Soul, what they want is black content creators to make their app pop. But I was reading an article about Fox Soul that they're bringing in a new person in Fox Soul to help the app because it's not getting those many views like that. It's an article that's out and about that they're not getting as many views. It's not really popping like it's supposed to pop. So she having this conversation with her husband. And she said something in the interview with T.S. Madison. She said, I view the lawsuit like getting hit by a car. And then and getting hit by a car and then say my head and my neck just in the lawsuit, but knowing I didn't get hurt, but I'm saying, oh, my head, my neck hurt. And she said, Tasha K said this is probably my last interview ever. And she said she gave her one of the best shows ever. She did one of the best shows. She said Lee Daniels and Amar Wiggins got 30,000 views. And I got the most views on my own. She said she never had bad energy from Wiley. And I want to say once again, she said, I had the best interview that season for T.S. Madison turned out. And so when Tasha K come on our show, you know, we give our advice, we give our commentary, but I always going to respect her. I would never get on a platform and introduce Tasha K as infamous. I don't like the term, all right? I look at infamous as gangbangers, mafia people, you know, Al Capone. I look at those type of people as infamous. But I look at Tasha K as a media empire, a media personality, a person that creates jobs for African-American people, a businesswoman, entrepreneur. But I would never call her and say she's infamous. For that, I would never even call for that. And what we're learning that people, T.S. Madison and those people over there, what didn't do Tasha K right, you know, why would you do a skit, Sophia, to diss Tasha K? Why would you do that? So they did that on that one particular episode. You could have did that on anybody else's episode, but you do it with Tasha K. That's some shady stuff, and I do agree with Tasha K on that. So then that came about. So then let's go. Let me let y'all say what she said about Storm. And we got to break it down. Y'all do know Storm Monroe and Tasha K were, and listen to my words, were in a business relationship, mentor and mentee. He was an employee of Kibi Studios. She said this. She said she thought Storm Monroe was funny. She said he had passion. He had passion. And she said he was supposed to host my show while she was out on maternity leave, because during that time Tasha K was pregnant. She said Storm, this is Tasha K words, lost his job, didn't have any money. She said, Storm comes to Atlanta, I'm going to make sure you make a lot of money. She said when Storm Monroe called me, he and said when he made his first 10 million, I'm sorry, not 10 million, 10,000, she was like, yes, I told you this was going to happen. This is what Tasha did. This is when it get juicy. Tasha K said he had issues with his mother. And she said she brought him and his mother mattresses and paid the rent. And she said, y'all heard that her audience wasn't quite accepting of him. So she told Storm they would do something else. Then she addressed and she said it's a narrative out there that she was jealous of Storm. She said she never was jealous of Storm. She's not jealous of nobody. And I do believe that Tasha K not jealous of nobody. She don't have no jealous bone in her body. She said Storm Monroe had called me and he said he wanted to commit a crime, because the N word is a crime, right? He wanted to take somebody out. And he said it was a lot of pressure was on him. And so she referred him to her therapist. She said she see why successful people do not help other people. She see why, because of what Storm did to her. She said she sees Storm throwing shots. And she said, I could be the old Tasha. But she said she's not going to do that. She feels like it's misplaced anger on Storm's behalf. She said, I don't think he needed me. But she said this, and I put this in the notes. Storm started to believe what naysayers was saying about her. Tasha K said this about Storm, that Storm doesn't have any friends. Then she said, that Storm dragging the very person that bought you equipment. This is the guy that doesn't have a good relationship with his mom and his dad. That's what she was alluding to. All right, give me a second here, because these are the notes. Y'all bear with me. All right. And he said that Storm told me, this is what Tasha said that Storm told her, that he never was respected by Black women in his life, and that this is why he catered towards the Tommy Sotomayor. He said Tasha K said that Storm said that Black women treated him like ish. Tasha K also said she's not attracted to Storm Monroe at all. She's not attracted to light-skinned, corny dudes. But she's attracted to corny dudes, but not light-skinned, corny dudes. She said she's not attracted to Storm Monroe at all. Now, this is where I'm about to get into this. Some other names have to be dropped in this. Y'all sit on down. Like the video. Because other names going to be dropped in this. And this I want y'all to hear me clearly. Then I'm going to give my thoughts and opinion and stuff like that. Because some other names going to be dropped in this. All right? Here we go. She said that Conscious TV reached out to Chelsea and said Storm wanted to apologize and he wanted to make amends. And Tasha said if he wanted to come out and apologize, she feels as though that he needs to apologize for putting that rumor out that she stole his car. And then she said, maybe I do attract effed up people. And that's what she talked about. This is why she see why successful people are not, too trusty of folks. She said that Storm Monroe threw her under the bus. She said she would accept his apology because she knew him for a while. They knew each other personally. She said, not like Armand, which she only known for 30 days. And she said, but this same guy, Storm, is dragging me. He can't even set the settings on the camera right. That's why the ish be looking blurry. All right. Then she gets into Cardi B. Talking about Cardi B got to walk around with security and all this stuff. I don't have to walk around with security. I don't have to do that. But then she said this. His mom, Storm Monroe mom, according to Tasha K, was sleeping on the floor and that she have a bad back. And his mama, this is what Tasha K said, the mama didn't even thank me for the mattress that I had delivered to their house. And she said, that's one MF I will not do anything for again. This is some more names that are about to be dropped. Even Candace, Daytime Tea Time, talking to Cardi on the side, text message and DM. When the lawsuit was filed, Daytime Tea Time deleted the video, and Daytime Tea Time said and lied and said that Tasha K hacked the account, and Tasha K, and then Tasha K was saying my husband had to talk to her and said, why are you putting this rumor out that my wife hacked your account? This is Tasha K concerning Daytime Tea Time. That quote, she begged me to be her friend. And she disappeared and she had a mental breakdown. She said that Daytime Tea Time had a mental breakdown. And then it was how she said she reached 1 million twice. And all this stuff came about. That she finally reached 1 million twice and how she had this amazing platform. And I want to give my thoughts. Because I watched Storm Monroe's live and he showed his apartment. He showed receipts of not Tasha dissing him, but Chelsea dissing him. And the receipts that he showed. He gave us credit, saying this was on the Wiley Show. You clearly see me on there. And I didn't comment in the chat because number one, I took my pill and baby, I was halfway asleep. But I was catching the highlights of it because I rewatched it to understand where he was coming from. He said, listen, I was offered, I was working at the post office. I would have made more money you could almost make $100,000 at the post office. I was not broke. I had my own apartment. I quit my job. I was going to go to LA instead of Atlanta. He said I came to Atlanta. I had to sell my MacBook to pay my car note. And then I needed money for the rent, and Tasha K paid me the money for the rent and stuff like that. And then he was reading, you know what I'm saying? I'm just giving y'all a little bits and pieces of it. Then Tasha K offered put him on contract, and Tasha K in the contract that they'll make the logos. He started showing logos that she painted the wall and the help with the equipment and all of that. And so I think that what a downfall came into about this is all about business, right? Tasha K and Storm Monroe was in a business agreement. It was a contract, right? He finally released a contract with him and Tasha K. Now the problem that I feel as though in the deal that employee, which is Storm Monroe, he would have technically employee and mentee, got upset with Tasha K because he feels as though that it is Chelsea that is in Tasha K's ear that is messing and souring the relationship between him and Tasha K. That's what Storm feels like. He feels like it was Chelsea that destroyed their relationship with, like, mess it up. Like it was a third party. And that third party was talking about was Chelsea, right? Because then he came out and he said, Jasmine is not the problem. That's another employee of Tasha K. She's not the problem. She's not doing all that. She gets her money. She gets her bag. She ain't in the mess. But it's, and he was addressing to Chelsea. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just really, really listening to this. And sometimes, unfortunately, what happened in this situation, both parties outgrew each other. Storm finally have a profitable channel that is so profitable that he's able to retire from working a regular 9-to-5. Storm does not need anybody like Tasha to pay his rent. He can pay his rent. He's in a high-rise apartment. He had multiple cars. I think both parties have outgrown each other, right? I think both parties have outgrown each other. Once you're in this business, you feel like you want to be the star. You want to be in front of the camera. You want to do this on your own. You don't want to be teamed up with a person and do content, be somebody co-host, be somebody subordinate person. You want to be the leader. So I believe that Storm Monroe outgrew Tasha K. It was a situation where he outgrew it, right? Because in his mind, I got all this celebrity status. I got all these clicks and views, all these subscribers. I don't want to lean on Tasha K, because if you can go back to when Storm did an interview with Tasha K on his live, Storm said, I don't like asking people for nothing. Because I don't want people to throw it in my face that they did this for me. I don't want that. I really, really like to get it on my own, because I don't want people to say, oh, I did this, right? So I understand what Tasha K was coming from. She more so was venting. Now, was she venting on a platform? Yes. I don't think it was an exposed. I put the exposed to get y'all in here to watch, okay? Y'all got to watch the Wiley Show. But I technically believe that she was venting and just giving her thoughts. Tasha K have done a lot, because Storm have to be forever grateful for Tasha K, because Tasha K paid the man rent. Tasha K gave him equipment. Tasha K painted his wall. Tasha K put him in an Airbnb. Tasha K gave him a mattress. So he's going to have to be forever grateful for what Tasha K have done. The average YouTuber does not have that. I surely doesn't have that. When I got to pay bills and all that, I got to pay it on my own. I don't have people that's willing to pay. Oh, hey, Wiley, you need help with your rent? No problem. I'm going to send you. Wow. Oh, Wiley, you need some equipment? Here you go. Wow. Oh, Wiley, you want me to paint your wall? I'm coming over to paint your wall. I don't have that. So Storm, he's going to have to forever, as long as he's on this platform, people are always going to say, well, Tasha K helped you get to that level, gave you a push. But Storm Monroe had work ethic. See, I can say that part. But Storm also, he had a drive and he had a work ethic and he put the content out. It wasn't that Tasha would share him and put him on this platform. When she gave him the tools about the algorithm and all of that, he used that and he went so far with it. When he interviewed Jaguar Wright, people don't want to give that man his credit, but I'm going to give him his credit. He interviewed that woman, and she wasn't the first person that went on this show. Jaguar Wright went on other platforms. It didn't get nowhere near Storm. It got to 1 million. Then Storm took that interview. He chopped it up, put it in so many segments, because, Jaguar would go all the way left. He would put it in order and chopped it up, and to the point it went ultra viral. They were talking about that man all over the country, even in Dallas. They were talking. DD in the morning was talking about Storm Monroe. So let's give him credit. Though Tasha K paid his rent, though Tasha K gave him equipment, though Tasha K painted his wall, though Tasha K put him on contract, Storm Monroe had the work ethic. Would Storm Monroe be at 200,000 K without Tasha K? Yes, because he had that drive and he had that work ethic. It probably would have took him longer. But as long as he had that drive in there, he would have gotten to the 200,000 followers, right? But for Tasha K, unfortunately, she gets to be the bad woman. Number one, she's a black woman. And everybody's, oh, but Tasha K did this wrong. Tasha K, number one, she's married. Number two, she's a mother. Number two, she have her own personal life, and she's not perfect. But what you can't not deny that Tasha K, out of the goodness of her heart, paid somebody's rent. Not too many people that will do that. Not too many people that will pay rent. Not too many people will give you a mattress to sleep on. It's not too many people that will do that. So again, both parties outgrew each other. That's how I look at it. And they're both talent. But now you got to bring up somebody else's name, because then you get the Armand Wiggins piece. I bring him up because he's the stepchild that never got invited to the party with the regular child. He's the stepchild. You know, the stepchild that the family, oh, he's just a regular stepchild. He's upset and stuff like that. He's like a stepchild that never received the love and the nurturing from Tasha K. Because once Tasha K announced that she have paid the rent of Storm Monroe, painted his wall, again, Armand Wiggins immediately went to his life with teeth was aching in his mouth. He couldn't even rest to go to a dentist and fix the teeth or his tooth. He's hurting. But he had to go live and cry and rant about how Tasha K did not help him, how he had to do it on his own, how he didn't get what Storm Monroe got. Did nobody paint my wall? Did nobody buy me no cameras? He had to go on this crime rant about Tasha K. Then he had to go on, oh, Tasha K took the interview from me. She took my Dr. Sadie interview and all of this type of stuff. She's trash. I tried to tell y'all about Tasha K. Y'all don't want to believe me. Don't go on these other platforms. He just go on these crime rants. You would think that Tasha K have literally abandoned him in the alley, and that he grew up and wanted to see his biological mother and just go on this rant. He just literally went on a rant because he's hurt because he lost the interview. So what? You lose interview. So what? Get over it. Stop all that crying over the interview. Ain't nobody even checking for that no more. All right? So let that go. Whatever she did to you, let that go, because that ain't nothing but petty stuff. But this is the same man that cried when T.S. Madison invited him to Thanksgiving food. I just hope people understand and see that. This ain't me being a hater. This is me releasing the stuff that he said publicly on the platform. He didn't get invited to Thanksgiving dinner, and he cried, and he went on a rant. So go and cry and continue to go on a rant. And continue to say, I did it on my own. No mentor. You know, he do all that type of stuff. And then he said he's friends with Jason Lee. All right. He's friends with Jason Lee. Right? Jason Lee helping him bump elbows. So apparently he sent a text, and this is all messy stuff. This is messy. He sent a lie or text or truth, who cares, to Larry Reed, and Larry Reed must have sent a text to Tasha K. And then it came across my desk, and we were talking about it. Who cares? Because nobody really care about Jason Lee like that. Honestly, we don't. We talked about the story. It is what it is. If you think you're friends with Jason Lee, go right ahead. Be cool and be friends with him. All right? Let's just see about it. Who cares? We do not care. The average person do not care that you're friends with Jason Lee. The average person do not care that you're in Hollywood. The average person do not care that you're rubbing elbows with these celebrities. We do not care, because any and everybody can put their stuff in their car, go drive to LA, and they can bump elbows with these same drug addict, drug addiction celebrities. You can do it too. So don't think that for a second that you're something special because you rubbing elbows with Kanye West and all this. Any average person can get in their car, go there with a camera, go there with some lights, and go there and link up with those drug addiction celebrities. That ain't none. Who cares? The average person does not care at all. You think we do care. He honestly think I care. I don't. Who cares? We'll talk about it, but I'm not rushing to go see a celebrity. Come on, I'm here with the Dallas Cowboys. I could easily interview some Dallas Cowboys and go there and just rub elbows in the sports sector. But who want to do that? That's not my dream. That's not my passion. But and then we get to Storm Monroe, and we get to this whole thing of him saying that he get burnt out talking about celebrity gossip. I have always said about Storm Monroe, and I'm going to say this, and then we open up the phone lines and let y'all call in. I have always said about Storm Monroe that people do not understand that Storm Monroe is an educated black man. People were sleeping on that, right? Because he was doing celebrity gossip and he put himself in a box, and not knowing that this man is very educated and he really can take you on a journey, not just with celebrity gossip, spirituality, on so many other stuff you can talk that Storm Monroe can do on. I just think he dumped himself down just for a check. And it's a good check doing celebrity gossip, because the average person not going to follow you when you talk about politics. The average person not going to follow you when you talk about spirituality. You know, most people, when you build an audience for celebrity gossip, it's kind of hard. You're taking a major risk when you want to switch and do tarot reading, or you want to switch and you want to talk to witches and warlords. Like, you can't, because of most of them, they're not going to follow you. You know, that's our mind. He fell on his face with that because he was mad that people didn't follow him when he was reading cards. Like, why should he was reading cards? He was selling crystals out of the backyard, and he was doing that. He was mad. He was getting like 10 people in the chat. Nobody wanted to see you selling crystals and chanting and telling me about my future. How can you tell me when I'm gonna get my husband when you're not even married? How can you tell me what I need to do as a woman when you taking stuff up your? You better let me stop that. Come on. How can you get? How can you tell anybody advice like that and try to give people advice? I'm just don't understanding. So nobody was watching. Nobody was watching it. They didn't watch it. They literally turned it off because you built your platform on mess and celebrity gossip. It's just that simple. Celebrity gossip. You can kind of do it better when you're just starting off and you're just starting off to switch. You can do it. I remember when I first got on YouTube, all I did was beef sector stuff with about YouTubers and talking about different YouTubers in the beef sector. That's all I did. And then eventually, when I wanted to dive into trending topics, celebrity gossip, we only had 10 people in the chat, 20 people, because all of the people that know me from the beef sector, they did not follow me over here. Some of them did, but majority of them didn't. They left. So it goes that way when you try to switch and you try to do something else. So I want to say this again. Tasha K, unfortunately, she helped a person and they went public and they got upset about it. And then this whole thing with Von Ray, that situation got Storm Monroe to come out and say, you brought the N-word to my house. And that was the first time you heard Storm Monroe literally cry out, and not cry out, but demand to Tasha K, what you did was wrong. You brought the person, and then I told Storm, and I said it publicly in the video, I said, she didn't brought the person to your house. You allowed the person to move in with you. That was a mistake that Storm Monroe made, not Tasha. Tasha can call me right now. Could you move in such and such into your house? That don't mean I have to do it. And it's nowhere near in the contract that say that you got to house the employee and her boyfriend. That wasn't in the contract. I wasn't in the contract at all. So Storm did that, and he got himself entangled into a mess. So into that mess, it started to lead more division with Tasha K and Storm Monroe, because he was being nice and allowing a man that's on house arrest, and then move the man with house arrest, and then allow the man to move in his girlfriend or associate, whatever you want to call it. So sometimes he have to take ownership for that. All right. It's nowhere in the contract that say that you have to diss celebrities. Diss YouTubers on her behalf. That's not in the contract. Nowhere in the contract that say, hey, Storm, you must diss a YouTuber. That's not in the contract. I read the contract, not in there. So I just want to make that perfectly clear, because I know it's narratives going around that Tasha K wanted Storm Monroe to beef with YouTubers. That was nowhere near in the contract. Nowhere near. That was nowhere near in the contract that say Storm got to beef with YouTubers. That is something that Storm did on his own. Storm is not a child. Storm is a grown man. And when he went and he dissed whoever he dissed on these streets, he did it on his own. No one told him. Unless I see some evidence and some proof, then we can talk about that. But until then, he's a grown man. Even if she sent him a text and say, diss this person, you don't have to do it. Just saying, I don't think that in Tasha K motive and stuff like that. I'm just being believing of because Tasha K don't tell me to beef nobody and stuff like that. I just do my own commentary, right? I'm not on nobody contract. I'm not in Georgia. You know what I'm saying? And now in this situation that what they went through, oh man, I'm gonna make sure that I have money for my rent, money for a bed, money for a couch, money for a table. You know, I move in, make sure I have all that, and about 8 to 9 months saved up just in case some go left. You know what I'm saying? Just hearing this story. So when I'm doing this, I'm not laughing at this Tasha K and Storm Monroe fallout. I'm learning from this Tasha K and Storm Monroe fallout. I'm learning from it. I'm not laughing. I'm not rejoicing. I'm learning for this fallout. What lesson can I learn? A major lesson is have your own money for your rent. Have your own money for your mattress. If I bring my mama, make sure if she got a bad back, and my mama do got a bad back, she do. Make sure she have a comfortable ceiling possibility mattress. Make sure she have that. Make sure I got my car note money if I do still have a car. So I'm learning from that. So when I do move there, make sure I have the resources to live there comfortably. Or if I do have to move there and live in hotels, then let me live my life. So I think that's a learning curve for a lot of YouTubers that want to do it. Some people will step out on faith, pack their car, go and live in hotels, live in their cars. You heard the many success stories of many people that have done it. Steve Harvey have said it. So it's ways around it. But when you take something from somebody, you give that person power to say, I've done this for you. That goes for anybody. That goes for anybody. When you allow yourself to take a handout, you allow that person to say, hey, I did this for this person did that. They're going to use that. Anytime when you fall out with a person, the main thing they're going to go to is, hey, I done this for this person. Like it was a person I was beefing with, a YouTuber, and she bought us a futon because I was in an apartment at the time. I was taping in my room, so a bed couldn't fit in my room, so I couldn't get the bed, couldn't fit because I'm literally taping a show. So she decided to hit it in the DM. She said, "Oh my gosh, you remind me of your you remind me of my brother. You remind me of my brother. I'm gonna send you a futon. Send me I'm gonna send you the money so you could buy a futon." She sent the money, and I bought a futon. The main thing when we fell out, oh, I bought Wiley a futon. I bought him a futon. He didn't even have nowhere to lay his head. He didn't even have nowhere. He was sleeping on the floor. I bought him a futon. That's the first thing that she said. And I wasn't ashamed because you asked that you ain't gonna get me to go under a rock and cry. You spent your hard-earned money and you bought, and I purchased the futon with the money that you sent. But that was the first thing that she said when we fell out. She started talking about the futon. So, and there's no refunds. You can forget that. You said something about no refunds. So that don't get to me at all. Because if you sent me some, you take that up with your pastor and you ask your pastor for a refund, then you come back and you tell me what that pastor said, and I'm gonna go with that same answer. All right. So give me a second. We definitely gonna open up the phone lines, but I feel like I understand why Tasha K is very cautious of teaming up with a YouTuber. I understand. I sense that. And I said to myself, Tasha K is cautious because she have been burnt and publicly things have went wrong. So now she's very cautious. That's why I don't try to rush to do a show with her and try to do, unless she asks me and say, hey, Wiley, can you come on to the app and I'll come on to the app. But you don't see me trying to clout chase every day, trying to get up there and get some camera time. That's honestly just not me. Because God have birthed me to have my own platform. So I thank God for that. And I have people that really rock for the Wiley Show. So I don't be thirsty and clout chase trying to get on her show or try to get plane tickets to show up at a birthday party because that seems like you're trying to be a clout chase. And I don't want to do that. So you rarely would see you didn't see me at Thanksgiving. You didn't see me at the birthday party. You didn't see because I don't just do that just to clout chase, just to take pictures and be clout chasing and stuff like that. I don't want that narrative to go out there because I have my own platform. That's what we do over here. I have my own platform and we do content. Unless I'm on a contract and get some conversation, then we can talk about some things what I can and cannot do, like in any job. So I'm going to open up the phone lines and let y'all call in. Oh my gosh, we got 900 people in the chat, so we need at least 900 likes. I'm going to open up the phone lines and stuff like that. I hope I gave y'all a full breakdown of what I feel about it. I like them both. I like Tasha. I think she's an incredible human being, a credible talent. I feel like when she came in, she showed the girls you need to be in HD 4K. She showed the girls that you need to do thumbnails. She introduced production. Not the first person to done it, but I'm talking for us as Black content creators in this sector. She's one of the best to do it, and I thank her for that, for all that she have been doing for talent. And then also she show love to independent up and coming YouTubers. She show love. I know personally she came on our show, and we never asked her to share uh our lives on her video on her YouTube. We didn't ask her. We didn't say, "Hey, we have paid for it." None of that, because my talent going to speak for itself. My gift going to make room for myself. And until God see fit for me to get to more people in the chat, He'll see fit for me to get to more people in the chat. But you're not gonna get a phone call or a text message from me saying, "Oh, hey, can you share my stuff? I pay you." No, because I want my stuff to be organically, word of mouth. People on here about, "Oh, child, Wiley is funny. He's this and this." Let it grow by word of mouth. Let it grow by word of mouth. That's what I want. I'm not gonna want to sit you a DM and say, "Can you share me?" No, absolutely not. Let it just grow organically. All right. And so we thank God for the people that are here. All right. Moderators, if y'all could post the number in the chat, 646-716-8447 is the number. We're gonna open up the phone lines. We're gonna take a couple, and then oh wow, okay, we under all right.
Your show
so we're
now.
doing good.
Press 1.
Your show is scheduled to start in 13 seconds.
That's all right. So the number is 646-716-8447. That is the number. All right. Tasha, next commercial break better be sponsored by a mattress company. Y'all funny.
We are sorry, but we're experiencing a problem with our system.
Hold on.
Please try your call again later.
Let me do it
or
again.
report a problem through the Blog Talk Radio webpage.
Give me a second.
To start your show now,
give me a
press
second.
1.
Let me do it
To
again.
hear important instructions,
because sometimes it'd be a little flanky like that. Let me try that again. Sometimes it'd be a little flanky like that. I'll try it again to get y'all on here. She said mattress company. Y'all so funny.
Your show now, press 1.
Since it appears you're calling back into a live show, we are reconnecting you now.
All right. So y'all can tell me who was right and who was wrong.
Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Blog Talk Radio.
And you can tell me, who do you think is right or wrong? Tasha, Storm, both. Give your thoughts. What do you think about all of this? The viewers, what do you think? The subscribers, this is your time to say, what do you think about this whole entire situation? All right. I'm going to call you last 3400. Call you on air.
Hello.
Hi. Welcome to the Wiley Show.
Hi. You've been giving us some good shows lately.
Thank you.
I'm excited. Like you've been showing up for work. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna say this. I feel like Storm is wrong only because Tasha K put him on. He actually messed it up for like other up and coming YouTubers as well, because it kind of just seems like you used her to get to where you are, and then you publicly denounce her. Like, this is our first time hearing about the things that she did behind the scenes for him, and he only, spoke on that after Tasha K spoke on that. So I feel like you publicly denounced her and talked ill about her. You didn't give her none of the credit or anything like positive that she did behind the scenes until it was brought up. And there's no shame in needing a hand, because we've all been there before. We've all started from the bottom, had nothing, and someone has helped us out. So I'm not trying to shame him or anything like that. And I just want to touch on Armand. Armand wants to be a celebrity. That's his problem. He wants to be a celebrity. He's trying to get put on, and Tasha K put herself on. Tasha K is a network. Armand will never reach that because he's too busy chasing after celebrities. And he's very sensitive and he takes everything personal. Anytime you're not catering to him or anything like that, he wants to drag you. We all know that he was a Nicki fan. Now all of a sudden he got a little bit of acknowledgement from Cardi. Now he's a Cardi fan and he wants to drag Storm and anybody else that's associated with Tasha K every single chance that he gets. So yeah, I just don't like him very much anymore. It seems like, you know, he's just more trying to be a celebrity more than, you know, I guess trying to, be like a YouTube commentator, like in my opinion. But other than that, yeah, I'm gonna rock with Tasha K on this one. I feel like Storm should be more appreciative of everything that Tasha K did for him, and I feel like he messed it up for any other up and coming YouTubers.
And I think also to Armand, his piece is with women, with certain, not all women, because he got a lot of women that support him, but it's a small sector of women that is hurt by his comments about OG, that was hurt by how he handled that. A lot of dark-skinned women, I talked to him in the chat, being in my DM, they were hurt by what he said. And he didn't apologize. He continued to diss them. And then he continued to say, well, y'all must look like Jaguar, right? You know, he dissed. So I don't know why he's shocked that he gets some women that disrespect him, because he did come out disrespecting a lot of women out here.
Most definitely. You know, to put someone, and I'm not talking about Cardi B. I don't really have a beef with Cardi B or anything like that, but to put a woman like Cardi B on a pedestal simply because, you know, she's, you know, rubbing elbows with you, but you're downing a Black woman, that's messed up. Like, there's no respect for that. I just don't like the way that he moved. When I initially started watching him, you know, I thought he was very entertaining, but he's one of those people where he's letting the people that he's around get to his head. You can rub elbows with Kanye West, but you're not Kanye West. Like, you're trying to keep up with the Kardashians, and it's really getting to his head. It really is. And then he's just been really dragging Tasha K and everybody as if he's like better than everyone. Like, he always comments on you and stuff like that, but you're comfortable in your own skin. You're not trying to be something that you're not. You never claimed to be something that you're not. You know what I mean? And so I respect that more than anything. And that's the same thing with Tasha K. People say a lot of things about Tasha K. A lot of celebrities hate on Tasha K. A lot of people like T.S. Madison throw shade at Tasha K because Tasha K built her entire brand, her own network. That's a household name. You know what I mean? Like, she's going to forever be on top. You can never cancel Tasha K because she brought her own table. Like, you know what I mean? You can't cancel someone who created their own platform and success. So, but yeah, that's all I had to say about it.
Thank you.
Thank you. I hope you have a good night.
Thank you so very much. All right. Let's see. It's a lot of y'all in here. 2240, caller, you're on air.
Hi, Wiley.
Hey.
I just want to say that, yeah, I feel like that. I don't think that Storm like messed it up for other YouTubers. I think Tasha will definitely work with other YouTubers. I think she said on her app that she's needing content, so I think she will definitely be collaborating and stuff like that. I don't feel like that initially Storm was wrong, and I mean, yeah, he could have said no to Vaughn, you know, coming to his place, but knowing his personality, I think Tasha knew that he wasn't going to say no. And I think he was just put in an awkward position, and he had the right to be mad at that time. And I think it's just something to be said. Like, it just feels like with Tasha, you know, a lot of times if these, you know, up and coming YouTubers, they're either having to, you know, worship her and idolize her or be one of her flying monkeys, you know, in order for them to get along. Like, if that person has a, you know,
let me say this. I hear you on that part. Oh, go ahead with your last part. I don't want to interrupt. Go ahead, because you were saying something. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just saying that or if they have an opinion, if they disagree, just like when Storm finally, when he stood up for himself, it was like, okay, the relationship is over.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's almost like now Storm he's no longer serving his purpose. I think that he did the right thing by making peace. I do feel like that he should have, you know, made peace, but then he needs to be okay with the fact that, hey, it's not going to be a relationship. And I think it's not, because now he has a backbone. He's no longer going to be just like a yes man. And so, you know, and you see it, like, even with Lovely P, it's like whenever these people start standing up and they're not just being yes people, then the relationship is over. And that's just my opinion. I mean, I still like, you know, I like the interviews that Tasha's doing. Again, I can be objective and still, you know, like the person's work.
All right. Thank you so very much. I want to thank you, sister. I want to say this. When people were saying Tasha used you to plant a fake story, well, Larry Reid went live and he said, I sent Tasha K a text message. I sent her that text message. So when y'all say a fake story, Larry Reid himself said I sent Tasha K a text message. That exactly what he said on the live. And we played it on Station Head. Go to his Instagram live the day that he was talking about Kerryon Franklin. He said out of his mouth that Wiley read a text message that I sent to Tasha K. So Armand used Larry Reid of being messy. All right. let's make that perfectly clear. Okay. Give me a second. We're gonna go to the next caller. 5754. You live on the air.
Hey Wiley, how's it going?
All right.
Okay, so I just want to say one. I know Tasha said she felt like Storm implied that she stole his car. Can I be real, Wiley? That whole time, I thought Storm was talking about maybe a lover, a secret undercover lover, because the way he was implying, he's like, yeah, and I know who it was. I never once thought he was talking about Tasha. I thought he was talking about who's the man that Chelsea was dating? What was his name?
Oh, you're talking about Von Ryan.
Yes, I don't care what nobody say. I really thought maybe they had.
But you gotta understand though, KB Studios is in Stone Mountain. You gotta understand that when you are applying that, you know that KB Studios is in Stone Mountain. You know what I'm saying? Like that. If I say, oh yeah, I was on the block on the west side, and it's a and you know Hoppo Studios we know what you're doing things at. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody's done, and so the average person not gonna know that, but we know that for a fact that KB Studios is in Stone Mountain. So hey, y'all could just say put to.
I get that, Wiley, but I honestly.
But he also, but to Storm Monroe point, he also posts a police report, and he posts a towing. when he paid for the towing, he also showed that. Y'all on the live. He has showed that.
He did.
He showed those receipts. So I don't know if y'all could read it in there, because it was hard for me to read it, and I wear glasses, so I don't know what y'all think about that.
Well, I thought it was Vaughn. I thought maybe him and Vaughn were, dealing with each other. But I do want to touch on Armand. Armand is an emotional manipulator to me. It's almost as though, like, when he gets on these rants and he wants, of course, we all know he wants to seem like he's more than what he is. But at the same time, he plays with people's emotions. 1 minute it's, I don't like Tasha K, don't trust her, but you're making so much money off of talking about her, right? So, but you want people to come in and view your content about her, but you, at the same time, you want to badmouth her. I also think that Armand has gotten way too Hollywood, and because he's connected to Jason Lee, and no tea, no shade, but what is a Jason Lee? Like, no one cares about Jason. Jason Lee is tired. I don't care about Jason Lee. I don't even know the last thing Jason Lee did. I think once he got to go to see Kanye, I think his mind just really got big-headed, and he just felt like he was more than what he was. So, yeah, that's really all that I had to say. So thank you for taking my call.
Thank you so very much. All right, she said. Thank you, caller. Oh, wow. Okay, we got a lot of calls. If you super chat your way to the top, then we get to you. If not, you have to just wait in the line because I don't want to rush nobody off because I don't want nobody to say, he let me talk. All right, hold on. Anonymous, you live on air.
Hello, good night, Wiley. Thank you for taking my call. Wiley, I would also like to begin by thanking you for standing up for Black women. And I'm not talking about Tasha K. I'm just saying you go out of your way to stand up for us Black women. And this Black woman is very appreciative, okay? Especially seeing a lot of the hate that Black women get from gay men. Sean, Amon, is like they just out for Black women, and it's terrible. Um, as far as this goes, Tasha K is simply trying to. I hate that she had to ignite this again with Storm, but I think she's simply trying to promote her app, which is genius. It really is, but I really hate that she is even acknowledging Storm. I see Storm has a cult. But Black women, Storm does not want you. He does not. I promise he doesn't. Storm is passive aggressive. I have watched this entire saga. Storm lied on Tasha K and said that she doxed him, and she did not dox him. I saw it with my own eyes. Okay, Storm has been taking shots at Tasha K, but in a subliminal manner. He knew that Tasha K would come back and respond to him. That's why he was covering the trial with Cardi B. Like, he knows her, you know. He knows that she's a hothead and she wouldn't ignore him. He's very passive aggressive. He's also a snake and he's also a user. I am not falling for his sympathetic, oh, woe is me, I did not deserve that. That is his tactic. And unfortunately, a lot of Black women in social media cannot think. They are not critical thinkers. You put it, that's why it's so easy to have online cults, because you just say something and they don't think, and they hate themselves. Wiley, you love Black women more than Black women hate themselves. So a lot of them in the chat tonight are very disappointed that you did not come out bashing Tasha K. A lot of Black women hate Tasha K because she's dark skinned with a low cut. Some of them are light skinned and they're like, oh my gosh, it's supposed to be me that has 1 million followers. Who is she? Amon thinks he's a Hispanic woman. Amon only likes light skin and women who are not Black. It is so unfortunate. That's why he insults Black women. And the Black women that he insults fight all over YouTube for him. I mean, Black women are pathetic. The self-hate is real. Black women do not support each other and they do not understand that they are divine. Wiley, you understand that because I've been watching you for years and you try your best to uplift Black women, and I say thank you. But Amon and Cardi B will fall out as well.
And let's be clear about Tasha K, but also about Storm Monroe, about when Armand Wiggins dissed Storm about his sexuality. And I sent Armand a message. I said, why are you dissing this man about his sexuality and trying to expose him to come out of the closet when being gay is supposed to be right? So you alluding that being gay is wrong because you want to call him all type of F words and S words. I'm not understanding that, using that as an insult. Either we're going to sit here and we're going to applaud that being gay is acceptable and that is right, or you're going to use it or it's not. But you can't use that and clap back at Storm and say all of those derogatory terms towards him when a Black woman, a biological woman, can't even do that. So I wasn't really understanding. He played into that narrative. So when he tried to go into that, oh, Storm, he did this to my father, he doxed him, you act like you ain't do nothing to Storm. Like, I'm not understanding that. And that was very low blow.
Well, yes, and well, Amon is just a little child lashing out because mommy abandoned him, like you said in the alley. Amon is his own downfall. He's talented more than Storm Monroe, for sure, because I don't care what Storm says. I used to watch Storm before he started that mentorship with Tasha K. There is no way Storm was getting to 200,000 followers without Tasha K. Because Storm, yes, he may be hardworking, yes, he may be this, but he does not have the it factor. Amon does, and that's just fact. And one last thing, Storm did imply that Tasha K took his car. That's what he wanted. Storm has wanted, because he knows that a lot of people hate Tasha K. He is very passive aggressive and he's a snake, period. And the storm chasers are delusional. They are. But Tasha K will survive this. I just hate the fact that she even gave him attention, because he's been wanting her attention so that he could look like the innocent one and that she could look like the big bad wolf. I just hate that she brought it back. But thank you for everything, Wiley.
Thank you
and
so
have a
very
good
much.
night.
All right. The number is 646-716-8447. All right. We're going to take about 5 more calls. 2074.
Hey, Wiley, how you doing?
Doing all right.
I have a question. There's not really a question, it's a comment about Storm. Basically, he said he loved black women, but he's dated a white girl for a couple of years. And my question is he just pandering to black women now? Because obviously, if he was with a white woman for some years, what made him just all of a sudden switch to black women? I don't get it. So I wish he would elaborate more on that when he mentioned the fact that he did date white women, which is what Tasha mentioned in her on her app. So I'm just curious about that. I love your show. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so very much. All right. 646-716-8447. Let's go to the call. Next caller, Anonymous. You live on air.
Hi, Wiley. This
Hey.
is Queen Tulsa. I wish that the callers would just let my man's name rest on. I'm here to defend Tasha K. Like you said earlier, she built an empire. You know, it's kind of like Oprah, like Oprah. You know, she isn't making that much money yet, but it's in the works, and she has a whole production. And I think that we do need to continue to support and root for her. And I agree with the last caller. Thank you for standing up for women in general, especially Black women, because we need it and we deserve it. I wish that you would talk about speaking up for transgender women. You know, that'll be a great topic, and showing my community some support. But with all that being said, thank you for having me, and thanks for bringing up the topic.
Thank you so very much. Okay. Anonymous, you live on air.
Hey, Wally, so you have someone call in and say no shade, but I'm going to say it's shade. How dare Amar go live? I just want to say hashtag stop crying already, because he made it clear that he would stop talking about Tasha K unless it's about Cardi B and the lawsuit. So what changed now? Is it for the clicks and the view? Because you know Tasha K's name and the title will bring you that.
But let's be clear. When I put that tweet out, first of all, I listened to his station head show. He said Wiley is dead. He said I was dead. He said he would never mention Wiley, but then he subliminally mentioned being alive. Anyway, and I put a tweet out earlier and said, hey, I'm going live at 11 o'clock. And I did that purposely so people would know that I'm going live. And then he scheduled a live. You know what I'm saying? Because he see the clout. Because he don't want Wiley to get the clout. He told his supporters, and they're stupid enough to listen. You dumb to listen to somebody. Don't call into the show because he won't let you speak. That's a lie. Everybody that calls to the show, we let them talk. But go ahead, Icon.
Exactly. Like I said, no matter what you do, we're always here to support you. But I also want to say I'm very disappointed into Storm. Storm, how dare you? How dare you try to play Tasha K when she brought you on the map? And then you give Amar something to talk about with you guys? Come on, man. You play Tasha K. You guys need to work this out and make it strong. Do the right thing. Storm, since you and Tasha K had a fallout, your numbers dropped. So obviously it's something there. Try to work it out, man.
All right.
Okay? Try to work it out. Thank you.
0235, call you on air.
Hey, Wiley.
Hey.
Listen, I don't think no one is right in this situation. I really believe that both are wrong. I believe that Tasha was wrong for going on her Tasha K live and trying to vent to the public. I think that she should have handled that privately, to be honest with you. And I don't I didn't get the full situation, but I don't understand why she brought the mom up. I don't understand why the mom has to do with any of this. But listen, Storm isn't innocent either, because he puts on this persona that, oh, he's all very like secure with his life, but yet he implied that he was like peer pressured into letting Vaughn and Chelsea move in. So he's not innocent. You allowed them. They asked for permission and you granted it, and that's your fault. You know what I'm saying? But listen, people are trying to say that, oh, this is like a pattern, but it's not no pattern with Tasha K. It's not. They all double crossed her. Lovely T, Daytime Tea Time, they all got starstruck by 12 cases and 30 faces. And Armand wanted motherly love because he was always rejected in his childhood. And Tasha K didn't have time for it. And he cut him off. And she cut him off. So let's not pretend that Tasha K, oh, is just this messy blogger and she just wants to feud all the time. Because if you look at Tasha K's videos, is she beefing with anyone publicly on her videos? No. So people just need to stop it. Like, honestly.
All right. Thank you so very much for calling in. The number is 646-716-8447. I'm seeing people saying, Dr. Larry D. Reed has something to say about Wiley. I didn't hear it. So y'all got to call in and let me know what was said. Don't be saying that he said something about me. Then I'm saying that your friend says, I'm like, what? Like, let me know. And that's why I always try to get content when people leave their video up, that leave me enough to take my notes and write stuff down what was said. Because when people say, oh, somebody said something about you, what was said? What happened? What did he say about me? What was said? So I can respond. Larry said you started all of this. Oh, okay. First and foremost, let me take these callers. Let me take these callers right quick. Let me take these callers. Started all of what? Excuse me, can somebody call in and tell me what did I start? Because I want to respond, but I want to make sure that I respond professionally, right? So what did I start? Did I start Storm Monroe and Tasha K from falling out? I started that, is what being said? Okay. Did he say I started the reason why Tasha K and Storm Monroe have fallen out? What was said? Like, y'all got to let me know. Okay. And then I can respond. All right. 8748, caller, you on air.
Hi, Wiley.
Hi.
I just want to know why do everybody think that Tasha K is to blame for everything? Y'all really hate this woman so bad that y'all blame her for literally everything. Like, why is it raining outside? It was Tasha K. Tasha K did it. Like, come on now. Cut the mess. I honestly feel like Chelsea, I really just don't like Chelsea. She's unprofessional and she's really messy. And I think she's the new ingredient to the mix. Before that, it seems like her and Storm had a really good relationship. And I mean, it looks like they were both trying to help out Chelsea. I think she's unprofessional and she's really messy. I really don't like her. But yeah, y'all love to throw shade at Tasha K. Like, just stop it. Y'all just want any reason not to like her. Any reason to justify hating on Tasha K. But that's all I have to say.
All right. Okay, thank you. So I want to respond to that because they said Wiley started it all. No, Larry sent the text to Tasha, and Conscious called Chelsea to say Storm wanted to make amends. And my thing is this: why is Storm calling Conscious and Larry and not calling Tasha K directly? Why is it that it's a third party being on the phone talking and not being directed towards the main party is Tasha K? Is what I'm trying to understand. And if Storm in the chat, he kind of clarify that. Did he send a message to Conscious saying he want to make amends to Tasha? Because that does not make sense when he have Tasha K number. I'm just trying to understand or try to get the message towards Chelsea. I'm not understanding that. I'm really not. I'm not getting that. If you have the number of Tasha, why do you need to reach out to Conscious and Conscious reach out to Chelsea to get back to Tasha K? I'm just not understanding that. That's what I'm not understanding. So why would Storm reach out? This sounds fishy to me. It really does. Because why would Storm do something like that? He's too intelligent, too smart to do that. I'm just not I'm not. What? Okay. 1922, calling you on there.
What's up, Wiley?
Hi.
Oh, it's been a long time. I just got in, and then I jumped and saw you live. I'm like, And then I end up seeing Larry Reed, so I'm going to put you up on what they talking about on Conscious TV.
Okay.
So I don't watch. But anyway, they was talking about you, saying, Larry Reed was saying, Wiley is always, he's trying to, be diplomatic. Say, Wiley, I've always looked at Wiley in a positive way. It's just so happy that a private message was sent out, and I sent it to Tasha, and then Tasha sent it to Wiley, and I really just don't like the way Wiley handled that.
How's that on Wiley? How's it? This is what I'm not understanding. You ain't gonna play me like like I'm a fool here. How is that on the Wiley Show when something is being sent to me? Because I don't stay in Georgia. Do I stay in Georgia? Okay, no. All right. So how? I just don't understand that. If Larry Reed, let's stop play that, because let's not play holier than thou, because you the same brother that interviewed Kerryon Franklin said you're gonna get him out of jail, and he's still in jail eating a choke sandwich. I'm just saying. So let's not play that. But go ahead, sister. Go to.
But wasn't it messy for Larry to even give it to Tasha?
Absolutely, that was messy.
If Conscious supposed to be from the house of Larry Reed, okay, and he told some message that little boy, what's his name? Star Monroe wanted to make up with Tasha. Now, Conscious went to Larry. Probably was supposed to be secretively, right? Then Larry, being messy, gonna give it to Tasha. And then Tasha, being Tasha, said, I need all these people here with this fuck nigga trying to do in the background, acting like he don't want to he act like he don't want nothing else to do with Tasha ever again. But now he in the background trying to get up under Tasha's skin, trying to get back in her to her good graces through Conscious and Pastor. He needs to be called Pastor Larry Reed. He trying to get behind Pastor Larry Reed. Now, oh, come on, Storm. Stop all that.
Yeah,
they talking about you.
I don't understand why I'm being mentioned, because Larry can call me and stuff like that, and we can have that, and we can have that conversation. But my thing is this, you sent a message towards Tasha getting involved in a matter that frankly does not have anything to do with you. You inserted yourself into the situation. And I repeated on the show because it's an exclusive, and I'm going to talk about it on the show. Like any other blogger, when you get some exclusive information, you're going to talk about it. All of them does it, right? When he went on and he talked about and said that Kerryon Franklin was driving a dead woman's car, he didn't fact check that. What did he do? He ran with that story. So for me, I had the actual text message, and he confirmed it when he went live on Instagram when he was eating them baby back ribs. He said, I sent the message to Tasha, and Wiley read the message on his show. So that'll let you know I did not make this up, that it was a text message sent to Tasha from Larry D. Reed.
And then when you said, why would Storm go through all these different channels just to get to Tasha? He's so intelligent. Intelligence don't have nothing to do with being a scary MF. You understand? He's a scary guy. He may be smart, but he may be intelligent, but he's not that smart. Because I don't know why he didn't think that this was going to get told by everybody, that he tried to cut corners just to get back in contact with Tasha. That's so stupid to do that. Why would you even play yourself like that? You should have just manned up and called Tasha directly.
Right, or go to her house or something. Like y'all know where each other stay at. You know her husband. I'm not understanding why Larry Reed is involved in this as well. If Storm did this, if this is the truth, because I don't know if it's true. Only receipt that I got is the text message that Larry Reed sent to Tasha. That's the receipt that I got. I can speak on now. Now Storm reaching out to Conscience to get back to Tasha. I don't know nothing about that, and I still want to be like Storm wouldn't do nothing like that because you got Tasha. The only reason why I can believe this if Tasha blocked him and he couldn't get in contact with Tasha. Tasha blocked him on social media. Then I can understand that. But why would you reach out to other people? And if he did do it, it doesn't make sense to reach out to other parties when you can reach Tasha K directly. Is what I'm trying to understand.
So you saying he reached out to Larry Reed first, and then Larry sent it to Tasha?
That's what I'm assuming. That's what's going on. That's what I'm getting from this.
That is so fish. Larry, know he always been the mess.
So this is a mess and stuff like that. Now, should I reach out to Larry and say, "Hey, Larry, I'm about to run this story that you sent a text message to Tasha"? I could have. I didn't. I just ran with the story, right? And it was Larry Reed that went on his Instagram live and said, "Hey, Wiley, I sent Tasha. Why was Wiley reading the message that I sent Tasha K?" Shouldn't that be a question that you call?
Mad at Tasha K. He should be totally mad at Tasha K.
And
not at Wiley.
Yeah, you should call Tasha about that. You shouldn't be mad at the Wiley Show. And he go Storm Monroe. Storm Monroe said fake news. You see this? Storm Monroe said fake news. So that's why I'm like, I don't necessarily believe that Storm will reach out to these people through conscience. That does not make any sense to me. Because Storm, why would he do that when he got the number of Tasha K, know where Tasha K stay at, knowing where her studio is at, and he reaching out to a third party that's not really close with Tasha K to get back to Tasha. I'm not understanding that.
Fake news. So if it's fake news, is he saying that when Tasha sent you that through whatever Larry sent her, is he saying that Tasha sent you something fake?
No, that what he's talking about is that he did not reach out to Chelsea to get. I mean, he did not reach out to Conscience to get back to Tasha K. Storm Monroe saying fake news that he did not reach out to Conscience to get back to to repeat a message to Tasha K.
Who did you reach out to, Larry Reed?
Now, the Larry Reed piece is two different situations. The Larry Reed piece is about Larry saying that Armand said that Jason Lee wasn't paying him to do a show and that he wanted to get in contact with Tasha K. Let me see if I can read that verbatim. Give me a second here. I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna read it. Yeah, you're a little bit confused. Let me read it verbatim because they saying Wiley's a lie. No, baby. I can read it verbatim. Give me a quick second here. This is Larry Reed. Hey, Armand just told me that Jason Lee just unfollowed him and his whole team. He said, I could tell you. He said the only reason he can't figure it is because Armand wouldn't agree to do a new show with him free. All right. Tasha said, yeah, I got word, but why tell me? I asked him, could I tell you? I just wanted you to know in light of the conversation me and you had about him being more talented than Jason Lee. So you hear that text message that Larry Reed sent to Tasha K. If this don't sound like no mess, I don't know what is. I want to read that message again. Larry Reed sent to Tasha. I asked him, could I tell you? I just wanted you to know in light of the conversation me and you had about him being more talented than Jason. Now, booyah. And Larry Reed confirmed that he sent the message to Tasha. So why you mad at the Wiley Show that I repeated it? That should have never been sent in the first place. It should have never been sent to Tasha K in the first place. If you didn't want it to get out, should have never sent it in the first place. That's what I got to say about that.
Okay, this scratch the crap I said about Storm calling, all that was misinformation, y'all. Just scratch that out. But still, with Armand, this is too much. This is too much. I think I've been drinking too much tonight.
And so we have. Okay, so it was a phone. Listen, this is messy. I'm living with a mess. So it was a phone call. It was a phone call between Conscience and Chelsea. That's all I'm gonna say. This is messy. But I told people a long time ago on my show, Stay off them phones because that gets you in a lot of trouble. So I can say this as a fact that it was a phone call between Chelsea and Conscious TV. That is not a lie. That it was a phone call. Now I don't know the content or the context of that phone call, but it was a phone call between Conscious TV and Chelsea. Whatever those they about, we will have to get to those details. This is messy, but y'all here for the mess. You can't make me
you
okay. Keep me updated. You can't make me into a fall guy when I got the receipts. When I have the receipts, and when Larry confirmed it himself and said, "I sent Tasha a message. Why is Wiley reading it?" So you can't make me into no fall guy, brother. You sent Tasha K the message. You got involved into the mess. I'm messy. I don't try to pretend like, oh, I'm a preacher, I'm a teacher, I'm a prophet, and then I'm in the mess. And then try to act as though, well, I'm surprised as Brother Wiley. No, people should be surprised that you in this messy situation. I'm surprised that you in that messy situation. That's why I'm shocked and surprised that, honestly. If you want to talk about being surprised, you just as messy as Brother Wiley. Okay. Let's go to the phone line. 0457. 0457.
Hello.
Hi, welcome to the Wiley Show.
Hey, Wiley, how you doing?
Doing wonderful.
I just wanted to say, I feel like the whole thing kind of comprised around Chelsea. Of course, Tasha K did ask Storm to let Von live with him. Storm had a decision as an adult man to say yes or no. So that's not something that Tasha pressured him on. He let the man in his house, and then he even ended up saying that they became friends. Now, it became a problem, of course, when Chelsea started talking to Von, and I feel like that was against what she should have been doing because she is an employee. So you shouldn't even be talking, I feel like, to people who Tasha K have any kind of business relations with as far as the people she's interviewing. That's going to cause the issue off the top. So all of a sudden now, her and Von and fell out. Now, I don't know if Tasha or Chelsea, whoever specifically, they want Storm to pull away from him. But y'all the ones, Tasha the one that asked him to stay there, but he could have said no. So now they want him to just stop messing with the man because everything went south with Chelsea, but he didn't build this relationship. But hey, he said no from the jump, you wouldn't even be in this position.
Now,
So
for that case,
Storm is.
Yeah, you speaking the truth on that part.
I feel like
allowing
people
people
acting
to
like
move in.
Storm is a doggone victim. Storm is not a victim. Storm is a grown man. People need to start talking like he is a grown man that had a doggone decision if he wanted to allow that man to come into his house or not. Now, of course, Tasha K, she shouldn't have said, okay, now I need you to be done with him because this went south with Chelsea. No, that's not how it goes. But if he had said no in the beginning, that would have been it. So I feel like, I don't know, I don't see too much that Tasha did on her own. Yeah, she asked him. I don't feel like she was wrong for asking him. It ain't like she gonna let him come stay in her house. It ain't like she gonna ask none of her family members. So she's not cool with a lot of people. We don't.
Well,
see her
let's
around a
be
lot of
clear.
people she works
Both
with.
of them is employees of Tasha K, Storm and Chelsea. So both of them shouldn't have a relationship with Von and shouldn't have a relationship with Von, especially somebody on house arrest. I feel like all of that was just messy because when that happened, then you had the baby mama. She do an interview because the kid didn't have no clothes, so she come on the Wiley Show. And so all of this is shouldn't have been, it should have been some boundaries in place.
What I'm saying, like Tasha K didn't really have nobody else to ask. She can't let him in her house. So they're gonna be like, look at Tasha K. She's so thirsty for an interview. She just letting people come live in her house now. She wasn't gonna let that happen. She don't have many friends and none besides the people that work for her. So who else was even close enough to ask but Storm? But like I say, him as an adult man, he could have said no. Period. But that's all I wanted to say.
I hear you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so very much for calling in. All right, y'all. It's Easter. It looks like every holiday is some juicy mess going on. First of all, it started with me on Christmas. I mean, they was getting me together on Christmas. Then it lead into the New Year's stuff going on. Now it's Easter. It looked like every holiday with YouTubers, it's a mess going on with the YouTubers. All right. It look like every holiday we supposed to be celebrating with our family, but yet we are in listening to the mess. And I'm here for it all. 8715.
Hello.
Hi, welcome to the Wiley Show.
Hi, how are you, Wiley? How's everything?
I'm doing wonderful. Yeah, Armand Wiggins did just say on his show that, hey, I did speak to Jason Lee. We are cool. We are friends, whatever the case may be. But you sent a message to Larry. I mean, you had a conversation with Larry, and Larry sent the message to Tasha K. So is that mess or is it not? Y'all call in and let me know. Go ahead. Speak on it. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
That's okay, dear. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, yes.
Oh, good. Yes. Happy Resurrection Day to you too and your family.
Thank you.
But I'm Team Storm Monroe.
Okay.
I'm Team Storm Dr. Monroe. Let me tell you something. Tasha K has been messy before Storm even came into his life. Okay? Her life, first of all. Okay? Tasha talks about everybody. Tasha acts always the victim when she's wrong into something. Now, also, too, unfortunately, when you have, other bloggers throwing out, fake news or throwing out news and stuff without fact checking it, then everybody, of course, is going to think that Storm, is wrong in so many aspects. But I feel personally they were friends. And if people would stay out of it and let these two allow them to handle the situation at hand and maybe come together, it can be worked out. Sometimes, friends fall out.
All right.
Haven't you fall out sometimes with your friends?
I absolutely. I just feel as though we don't know if Armand Wiggins sent that message to Larry Reed. I'm still stuck on that because we don't know. But what we do know that Larry Reed sent Tasha K a message. Right, we do know that. So I'm just saying I don't know if Armand Wiggins sent Larry Reed anything, but I can speak for a fact that Larry Reed sent Tasha K a message, and I'm standing on that. Right. I'm standing on that, and I have the proof and the evidence of that, and he confirmed it. So I don't know if Armand had that conversation with Larry, and if he did, I don't think Larry Reed should have said that Armand Wiggins is more talented than Jason Lee. When in fact, all that is messy. I'm just telling y'all, all that is messy.
Larry is messy, period. Larry been messy with Kirk Franklin's son, you know what I'm saying? The young man, and stuff. Larry just messy, period, okay? He messy, period. Larry better worry about his situation that he got going on with his ex-wife and the new lady and the new man or whatever he wants to do. Now, I'm not against anything, but Larry just messy as hell, okay? Larry, do anything for some rating.
All right.
It's just wrong.
All right. Thank you so very much for calling in. So,
Team Storm.
Thank you. And I want to read that again for the people in the back. All right. And I want to read this again for the people in the back. I have to read this again for the people in the back because just to make it plain, you know what I'm saying? I want to read it again so the people in the back. So Larry said to Tasha, hey, Armand just told me that Jason Lee just unfollowed him and his whole team. He said, I could tell you, he said, the only reason he can figure it is because Armand wouldn't agree to doing a new show with him free. Tasha K responded, but why tell me? Like Tasha K, why tell me? And the Larry Reed responded, I asked him, could I tell you, I just wanted you to know in light of the conversation me and you had about him being more talented than Jason. Child, who knew? Okay, let's go to the phone lines. Oh, 7915, you live on the air. Welcome. 7915. Hello. Okay, we're gonna go to the next caller. Hello.
Yo, what's up? Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. I was like, hello. Go ahead, brother.
My bad, bro. Yeah, that's two quick comments, man. One, I just wanted to comment about that promotional video that Tasha got for her app, how she got Storm Monroe on there. And then right at the next cut, she got those two twins that they mentioned gay. So I'm like, man, they gotta be a shot at him. But I think I'm on neither one of their teams, to be honest with you. I'm a Tasha K fan, but I think both of them handled it poorly. But I do think Storm Monroe is just a pussy at the end of the day. I mean, as a man, you should be able to just stand on your ground and just, you should be really thankful to her for putting him on. At the end of the day, if I have beef with you, at the end of the day, you put food on my table, money in my pocket, we cool. You know what I'm saying? And so I just think he should have handled it differently. So that's all I got to say, bro.
All right, thank you so very much. And if y'all about Larry Reed, he more than welcome to come on the show. We would love to have a conversation with Larry Reed, and we would definitely reach out to Larry Reed privately. I don't know if I would send him a text. I don't want the text to get leaked out, but we have a private conversation. But I would like to talk to Larry Reed. So if y'all around Larry Reed, we got some LRLers, tell him that I would like to talk to Larry D. Reed and have a conversation with Larry D. Reed, because how can you say I started this and that you surprised at it when I have always been where I have been, and that is break stories. So if y'all around him, y'all can say, hey, Wiley wants you to call into a show, and we could definitely have a conversation and everything like that. And we could definitely have a conversation about it. And I would prefer to do it publicly because I don't want stuff to be misconstrued and stuff like that. I would prefer that it be publicly. All right. All right. Oh, give me a second. Okay. 3400, calling you on air.
Yeah, I had to call back in. I need y'all to hear me out. I really feel like this was calculating. I feel like Armand was trying to get Tasha K to report on this story to give him some clout. We know Tasha K is smarter than that. She don't acknowledge Armand, which bothers him more than anything. So she passed the story along to you, as she should. It didn't work out in his favor. I feel like it was all like planned that way.
So that means he set. So that means he set Larry Reed up too. So you can't miss. I don't put it past. I don't. That mean honestly. That made Larry Reed look stupid because because Larry Reed said, "Hey, Armand said me this and blah blah blah," and he said to Tasha. So if you're a preacher and a prophet, why would you send a message to another person about that's mess? That is mess. When that person, as a preacher and a prophet, the main thing you should have told Brother Armand, brother, I think you should reach out to Tasha K personally. I don't think that is right for me to send this to that sister. You talk to her because that is messy. Come on, somebody.
But Armand knows that Tasha K don't mess with him. Tasha K kills him with silence. Armand keeps reporting on Tasha K. Anything that happens with Tasha K, he's running to his platform, like you said, with his teeth hurt and everything, reporting on any mess that has to do with Tasha K. He figured that Tasha K was gonna cover it, and then that also would have played into the narrative that he likes to paint, that Tasha K is so bothered by him. So I think it backfired on him, and in the end, he just came up and he basically said that it wasn't true that they were friends or whatever. But yeah, I feel like it was a setup. I don't know if Brother Reed was in on it.
Well, it is because he said Larry Reed said in the Instagram live, and y'all go to that live. He was eating some ribs, and he said, "Why did Wiley read a message that I sent Tasha?" So that confirmed that Larry Reed was in the mess.
That's a messy pastor.
It's messy. It's like it's messy, and this is on the same week that he said he was gonna get Carrie out. Him and John P. Key was gonna get Carrie out of jail, and guess what? Carrie out still in jail eating choke sandwiches and making sure he don't drop the soap. He's still in jail. He's not. Go ahead.
You would think that he would be occupied with something outside of mess. Isn't it Easter weekend? Don't he have some service to hold or something?
Absolutely. Counseling somebody, preaching or something, doing a service, passing out Easter eggs. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But this is mess.
Definitely. I'm here for it, though. I am.
Me too.
But that's all I have to say. You have a good night.
Thank you so much. Okay. 3251, call you on air.
Oh, hello. Can you hear me, Wild?
I could hear you.
Yes, that's why you're my favorite. But do you remember on Monica All About the Tea? I tried to warn you about Mr. Reed.
But my thing is this: you was going on a whole nother thing about it, and
Okay, well, never mind. Let's just move on.
I'm more speaking on the text message piece. You know what I'm saying? I feel as like when it comes to that, he confirmed that he sent that he sent the text message to me and stuff like that, and I just letting the world know that he sent the text message.
Right. But I agree with every caller that's very messy. But I just want to say this from a human point of view with Storm and Tasha, my heart goes out to them because I just believe if you're a good person, you don't want to see a person homeless. It looks like Tasha did, Miss Kiwi did the right thing. She's married. She has children. She couldn't have that man up around her children. So it just seems like she was just trying to get him a place to stay. And if Storm has a good heart like me, it's hard to say no to people. I let someone in my house and I had to literally go to the courts to get the person out. They just refused to budge, okay? I begged them to leave, tried to pray them out, fast them out, and I finally just had to go to the courts. So you don't want to see a person homeless. So I think I can just really see that both of them just were trying to help this person.
I feel you, and it's just,
so
and it
now
just,
I could be wrong.
I feel you on that, and sometimes you want to help a person, and then you get yourself in a mess. Sometimes everybody is not meant to be helped. I can remember people bringing people into your house, and
I almost want to shoot myself in my foot with this. This person drove me up a wall. I got saved for real behind this.
It make you upset because you bringing this party in and they bring a drama. So that's why it's a teachable moment to folks that you can't let everybody stay with you. You know what I'm saying? Because they bring their spirit, they bring their problems, they bring their baggage, and you yet dealing to deal
exactly what happened.
Right, and you deal with picking up the pieces. So that's the only part with Storm that I say, oh brother, I wish you would have just told her no. So I can't allow that.
Sorry for Storm. He probably couldn't bring himself to say no. Like with this person, everything in me, even God was telling me don't let this person in, and I overrode all that because they were literally on the train homeless. But I knew them for years, and I was thinking in my mind, this person he's never dealt right with people. What made me think that he gonna act right here with me? And sure enough, just a beast. Wouldn't get out of my room. I had an extra room. Lied, said he was only going to be here 30 days because he was suing somebody in court. It was a mess.
It was. Thank you so very much for that, ma'am. Thank you so much for calling in.
All right, Wilder.
All right, thank you so very much. Yes. Give me a second here. We got people tuning in. Make sure y'all like the video. If y'all do want to call in and give your thoughts, this is your time. To call in. The number is 646-716-8447. The number is 646-716-8447. This is the perfect opportunity for you to call in and to give your thoughts. Anonymous, you live on air.
All I've done are using your
not today. Because she put her kids to bed. Now she want to troll. Anonymous, you live on air.
Hey, Wiley.
Hi, welcome.
Hi. I just have a comment for Tasha K. It's more of a warning. I don't understand what kind of relationship that she has with Chelsea, but I believe that Chelsea, if she hasn't already done so, I believe she's going to sleep with Tasha K's husband. I really do. It's just this premonition I get, and normally my premonitions they come true. So I'm just warning Tasha K. Watch her around your family and your husband because she will sleep with him if she haven't done so already. That's all I gotta say. Bye.
All right. Oh my gosh. Y'all is trying to be messy on this Easter. Okay, not y'all talking about she's trying to sleep with the husband, child. But let's be clear, with Storm Monroe and the whole housing thing. Storm could have let's break that down, because when Storm went and he got the apartment, he could have went to his new place and didn't have to stay in the house. But then again, Storm could stay in his house if he wanted to stay in his house. But Storm decided to stay in his house while he still had his new place. So I don't want to go back down that rabbit hole because everybody got something to say about it. But let me take this call. 0235.
Why? I just came back from Larry Reid, and I'm very confused.
Okay.
Very confused. Can you give me a timeline, just very simple? Because he tried to say that this was that you were trying to be messy about the whole Von Ray thing, and then all suddenly it was all about Armand. I'm very confused. Can you give me a timeline?
I don't have a timeline for the Von Ray thing or something like that. Because I put the story out that Chelsea and Von Ray was dating. I put that out on the channel, and they came out and they confirmed that. And then you had the whole Christmas situation going on, and then all of them tried to drag me. But I just talked about the story. I don't know if that's what they're talking about, but that's all I did. I talked about the story. Von was dragging me, and then not even 2 weeks later, Von and Chelsea broke up, and then order of protections were given. She had to put out order of protection of Von to get her out of the apartment. That situation came up. So, and then they address all of this on social media. Von himself can't even mention Chelsea because he'd end up back in jail because he'd be breaking the order of protection because she put an order of protection, a restraining order against Von Ray. And all of this happened after I was getting dragged during Christmas, if y'all remember that.
Right, I remember that. But the thing is that when you released that information about the text, that's what I really wanted to know. When was that?
That was a couple of days ago. That was just a couple of days ago when we did the live. Entitled that.
I'm trying to wonder because he kept referring back to the Von Ray thing.
Oh no, that happened on the Von Ray. This happened a couple of days ago with the whole thing with the text message.
All right, thank you. That's all I wanted to know.
Okay, thank you so very much. All right. I'm just giving y'all the facts here. Okay, give me a second. Let me open the phone lines. 2098.
Hi.
Hello, 2098. Who's this?
Your booty
Come on now. Why y'all got y'all kids playing on the phone like that? Anonymous, you live on the air. They try to troll on the phone lines. Try to get the kids on. Hold on. So I'm listening to this. I want to say this about the text message. So just to break it down, so the text message was sent to Wiley, and we repeated it on our show. Yes, we did. Right? I should have reached out to Larry Reid and said, "Hey, Larry Reid, I got these messages," but I didn't. I didn't do that. I just read it. But back to Storm Monroe and Tasha K. And I want to say that honestly about their relationship and about their falling out. I've seen plenty of YouTubers fall out. That doesn't surprise me that they fall out. What happened is we're going to see the journey that both of them are going to take. And yet this is another person that Tasha have fell out with, but honestly, who's to blame? I don't think nobody is to blame. I think both parties just outgrown each other. Unless I get some more updated information, some more stuff across my desk, then we can talk about that. But I believe both parties have outgrown each other. That's personally what I believe. I think that Storm, fellas, listen, I don't want to be under your umbrella anymore. I just want to branch out on my own. I just want to do it on my own. I don't want to be under your company anymore. I want to start my own company. I want to start my own thrive in my own business and do that. Even if you follow his Instagram account, he worked on his body. He got his body now. He want to get into other avenues, whether it's OnlyFans or whether it's doing or posting pictures on cougars.com. He want to take his platform to another level. He want to get into other avenues. And I think he outgrown the whole thing with Tasha K. I think originally it was good. You know what I'm saying? He got his feet wet. He got to understand the business. But I think right now, since he's at 200,000, he got a lot of views. I think that he's ready to branch out on his own. And it's difficult for a man to say, hey, I'm under a woman and this woman is my boss. A lot of men don't like to have women bosses. They give women boss a lot of problems because they feel as though they should be in that position. So I do feel like Storm just outgrown Tasha. He wants to do other things. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Now, I don't think he should bash Tasha and trash her because yes, she did was a blessing towards him and his family. But unless I get some other evidence at my desk to say otherwise, that's what I'm standing on. All right. 067 0670.
Hi, Wiley. How are you?
Doing wonderful.
Okay, listen, Wiley. I listen to your show sometimes. I'm not a person that is on YouTube or anything like that. I don't have any platforms whatsoever. But I would like to say is that I am wondering why are so many Black women invested in a lot of this gay bickering back and forth. I just do not understand. What is it that Black women get from being involved in this gay sphere? I just don't get it. It just seems to be that from what I'm watching and listening at is that I don't know if it's just low self-esteem or if it's just that a lot of them don't have anything else to do. It's just really, and it really just doesn't set good for a lot of women, in my opinion, to be involved in a lot of this gay, these gay shenanigans.
Well, again, you gotta understand, sir. Gay people are very entertaining. They all in the entertainment industry. What century are you living in? They're everywhere, right? And they are in all walks of life. Very entertaining, right? Some of your best celebrities that you follow have a lot of following from the gay community. So it's nothing wrong with Black women being entertained by that at all. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Nothing wrong with that.
But as you can see, it causes problems.
But who's
You
gay?
just said that-
But who's gay? I'm not understanding.
Okay,
You got to name names.
Okay, but no, you just said that Armand called Black women all kinds of names, especially dark-skinned Black women. That's a gay person. That's a gay person.
Why?
You've also said that-
Okay. Who else are you naming? Okay, you named Armand. Who else are you naming?
Okay. You also said that, I remember on one of your lives recently, you said that T.S. Madison had a problem with Black women before.
I said that T.S.
So-
Madison made a joke that offended Black women about the whole maxi pad. I said again, and I said about Ahmad Wiggins made a joke about OG looking like an animal. He posted it on his channel. That was the context of what I was talking about.
But I'm just trying to say is that Black women, please, y'all spaces should be sacred. You should not be allowing.
Why are you coming at? Wait a minute. Why are you coming at Black women? Black women can support whoever they want to support. Like I'm not understanding that.
Listen, Wiley. Look,
Black women should be able to support. What are you saying? Black women should not watch us? I'm not understanding that.
No, all I'm saying is it seems to be controversy with a lot of the gay.
But who are you?
Women. I ran with Black women all my life, and so
who are you? What are you? What's your preference?
I'm just saying. Okay, I'm just trying to say that a lot of this could be avoided if people know.
What's your preference? What is your preference?
What do you mean? What are my preference?
I'm just asking. What do you like? Because you're coming towards a community saying that it's as bad. What do you like?
Oh, I definitely. I am a person that is gay. That's not
okay. So why are you so concerned about Black women if you in the same community?
What I'm saying is I don't get into messy things with.
But
women.
you in the mess. You calling it to a show that talked about mess, sir.
But I'm trying to reach out to your audience.
You can't reach out. You ain't gonna change their mind. You called in about the mess. How long you been watching the Wiley Show?
Well, I've seen your show for several years.
So you've been watching it in its mess, is what I'm saying. But you don't want Black women to watch the mess?
No. I didn't say. Listen, I didn't say watch. I said get involved.
They're not getting involved. They watch it. I'm not a Black woman or man. They just watching me. What's the problem? Just like you watch it.
No. When you made the comment that the Amon is that he does not like especially dark-skinned women, but then again a lot of women over there are supporting him, and that's what I'm saying is how can women allow themselves to be used in that manner when someone is going and berating someone that looked like you, but you take their side, which is a male, a gay male, over the female side. I just don't understand, why do Black women allow themselves to be used that way? Why do they feel like they have to be degraded and then still support and love people that treat them in that manner? If I was a woman and you said something out of the way to one woman, you better believe I'm not going to support you. I don't care what you talk about. I don't care what you do.
But it's different variety of women. What one woman think is disrespectful, another woman may think is a compliment. You can't put all Black women in one box. You know what I'm saying? Just like Dave Chappelle, when he was saying something towards the community, when he came out and he said something towards, I wasn't offended by it. So don't think just because you're saying something, everybody's going to be upset. That's not the case. All Black people are not alike. You got all different types of variety. So you may think it's an insult, the next person may think it's a compliment. It is what it is. So you can't try to preach a message that all Black women must follow that message, sir. No.
Holly, they always say they don't never have any support. They always say they don't have.
Not all women say that, sir. You don't know all Black women. There's plenty of Black women that got plenty of support.
I'm saying Black women say that they are the least protected. They always say that everybody downs them. They always say that everybody is against them. This is what Black women are saying on these platforms. But yet and still, they support people that berate them and degrade them.
All right.
Such as an Armand.
All right.
That's all I'm just trying to get out.
Well, all right. Well, we thank you so very much for calling in.
All right.
All right.
You. Have a good
Thank
day,
you.
Molly.
All right.
Bye.
3376 calling you on the air.
Oh my God. I'm so glad you got him off the phone, Wiley. Of course, this is Katorbe. Listen, to the previous caller, I don't like him lumping all Black women into they're saying they're the least protected, because it sounds like he doesn't like us and he's not supportive of Black women, period, especially with him bringing up what you use as reference points as to why you said the things that you said in the commentary. I don't like that. It was like he was gaslighting and doing some type of clickbait type thing, but it is what it is. To the commentary, I feel like Storm Monroe needs to just put it to bed. Just put it to bed. You made your video with your receipts. Like, let it go. I don't understand why he brought it up. Even though Tasha K said what she said on the app, like, still to me, it wasn't enough for him to do an almost 3-hour video discussing Tasha K, because it's like, it's old. Like, the time to do that was back when the fire was lit. It's giving, I want to be over there. I'm still wanting something from Tasha, or I want to profit. That's just how I view it. And I know a lot of people don't like Chelsea, but she did bring, several streams of income to Tasha K. So
I don't think people understand it about Chelsea, because she's so vocal. They don't understand her work, because she's so behind the scenes with her work, and she does an amazing work on this platform. But people, they don't see that. Well, they see it, but they don't know that she's a part of that. Like a lot of those commercials, all those ads come from Chelsea. And I think, and then also too, a lot of women come. Most of it is women that. When we open up the phone lines and talk about Chelsea, it's mostly women coming at her. Something, why she do something like this? Couldn't be me. I never sleep with a man in jail. Get some standards. It was mostly women coming at. It was mostly women when the call. I can't say when it was calling in, or mostly women was very vocal about that situation. That situation.
That Von Ray situation, and I'm like, Chelsea has every right to feel some type of way, because when Chelsea is out here sourcing sponsors for Tasha K's platform, which people don't understand she's getting paid to do, it makes it hard when you have another person, woe is me, on the internet. And I'm just like, when you was benefiting from her, when you was engulfed in the mess, you wasn't making these videos. That's why I'm just like, come on, Storm, you're better than that. I feel like, even though he said all that, and I watched the whole almost 3-hour video, babes, I'm sick of y'all. Don't send me nothing else about that. It was like, okay, he sounded like somebody who lost like a mother figure or a sister or something. That's what I got from the entire video. I didn't get he felt vindicated. I didn't get any of that. Like, we got to look deeper. Some of these people, when you work with somebody for months, you're getting money with people, it brings a different type of emotion. The only reason we don't speak about the regular Joe Schmoes is because, they don't have a name behind them or they don't have some type of viral instance. That's it. But that's just all I wanted to say.
Thank you.
Thank you, Wiley.
No
I
problem.
loved your content.
Thank
I
you.
was waiting. I've been watching the whole time.
All right. Thank you so much, Couture Bay. Thank you so very much. All right. Thank you. I mean, I love it. I wasn't expecting to doing this live because I worked at a full 8-hour job. Ain't nobody paid my rent. I got to pay my own rent. So I just went live and I just talked about it because I know people have a whole lot of stuff to say. And of course, we will be talking to Larry Reid. We'll have a conversation about the whole Larry Reid piece. But what do y'all think? And honestly, I know some of y'all give your honest opinion. Is Tasha K wrong or is Storm Monroe wrong? Is it right to say nobody is wrong? They just both have just separated. Is that okay to say? I think that, so let me know what your thoughts are. And we could definitely break it out. Anonymous, you live on air.
Hi, Wally. Please tell me you can hear me okay.
I can hear you loud and clear, yes.
Perfect. First, this is all over the place, so it's difficult to streamline my thoughts around it. But I first want to start by saying you were the main one saying Chelsea questioning her sanity for dating Vaughn and being entangled with a criminal
did.
when you were calling her the employee.
Was that a lie that she was the employee? I didn't lie. Was she entangled with a person that's on house arrest? I didn't lie. I just gave my thoughts because I knew Chelsea was so much better than Yvonne Ray. I was shocked to see them even entangled in there. I was really, really shocked. And it kind of like, the guy is all right, got a nice body, but it's so many better guys that's not on house arrest. You know what I'm saying? So was I critical? Yes. Should have called her and say, sis, but this is something that Chelsea, I know she learned this. It was so public because you had Vaughn, which was a clout chaser. He was doing a show with Storm Monroe. He was chasing clout. And yet you was a clout chaser, and yet you was dealing with somebody that's on house arrest. So then you attach, and then the public understand it, and it just boom, boom, boom. It just grew legs. It grew legs to the point that Tasha K tried to respond and give her thoughts. And it was too late. She couldn't even turn the tides because the public have leashed onto the situation and said, hey, this ain't right. What are y'all doing? Why would you meet with somebody in jail? And so many, you so desperate. Like people were putting that out in the atmosphere because a lot of folks had a whole lot of stuff to say because it was done publicly. It was done publicly. This stuff, if it was done privately and somebody leaked it, it's another thing. But this stuff was all on the public. If you watch Instagram long enough, like when I was saying Storm Monroe go live with Von Ray and he was in Storm Monroe house, I'm like, oh my gosh, I broke that story. Von Ray is there with Storm. Like, nobody really know that, but I saw it. It was all on Instagram. I didn't make this stuff up because it was so public. And so that's what you have to be careful. What do you do publicly? Because people will latch on and talk about it, like the library situation. They talk about that. They're going to talk about that to the day I leave this earth. So they're going to talk about this Von Ray thing forever. They're not going to never stop talking about it. No matter what you do, it's going to be somebody saying, well, why she did with Von Ray? They still going to bring it up. That just goes with the territory, unfortunately.
No, I agree. I'm just saying, don't put that on predominantly Black women or women calling it and saying your viewership is just women. So that's who you heard from. But you shared the same sentiments.
I agree. I'm not going to try to put that down. I was in there. I was like, this is what I had to say. And I was so hard on. And then women, and then the audience, I'm going to just say the audience, they called in and they ushered in their thoughts. But that could have happened to that could have been anybody that could have done that. And it would have been the same outrage. Because it's a juicy story. It's juicy. Man on house arrest. Man move in with another man. Women call out her ex-boyfriend. Women put out a protective order. It's juicy. It's messy and it's juicy. And people are entertained by that. People are here on YouTube for entertainment. And that was entertainment. And it hurt Chelsea. And I apologize for how I went about it. But I just saw something about it. And then she couldn't handle it because she did not have one use of that response of taking callers. Like, that's rough when you got hundreds of callers calling in giving their thoughts about your life.
Right. No, I understand. I just she's a mess. I can't get into her. I think she uses the corporate words and it oppresses you for whatever reason. I'm from New York, born and raised. So I could spot her better, and she's not. Anyway, we'll leave Chelsea alone for another day. On to Tasha and Storm. I usually agree with Icon, but I couldn't disagree more. And the caller who called just a few calls ago, who said that he's like dredging up the past and just trying to capitalize off of it. He should have mentioned it whenever it was relevant. It is relevant because Tasha K just went on her platform and said something about him. And I don't understand what kind of standery you guys are on, but if somebody puts my name in their mouth, and especially my mother's name in their mouth, I have every right to address it. And I think he's right for addressing it. But back to the impetus, right? So let's go to the beginning. We can say that Storm should have said no. He's a grown man and he should have said no to Tasha K. Take into account that you just listed off, you rattled off 500 favors she did for him. So now she asked him for one and we expect him to say no? Okay, but let's just say it's still his fault. Let's just say he should have said no, right? But he decided to say yes, right? Okay. That means then that he should still have the right to make his own decision to say, I'm not kicking that man out because I don't have no problem with him. But I don't like a when I move, you move type of person. That's the vibe I'm getting from this situation. I'm not trying to categorize Tasha K's overall personality. But when you say, oh, can you do the favor and let him stay there? Yes. And then it's like, oh, I don't like him no more. Now he got to leave. That's a problem. Now you're really putting Storm in a crazy situation. If he's a grown man and he can make his own decisions, let him make his own decisions without publishing that Dear Tasha K video. That's a problem. Like, you get what I'm saying, Wiley?
No, I hear you. But if Storm Monroe did not want to do it in the first place, he should have spoke that up and make that aware of. Because again, it's your property, it's your house, it's where you lay your head. You know what I'm saying? I think that if he had any doubts, he should have said something. Because I'm just saying, it would have saved a lot of headache if he would have just said no. But he didn't. He allowed him in, and they became friends. The relationship broke up. Chelsea and Vaughn broke up. They don't like Vaughn anymore. So then they want Storm to not like Vaughn either. And Storm wasn't having that. So you see how that's an entanglement? That's a situation right then and there. And so now you involved in this mess. You can't do right or wrong in this situation. Because now if you leave Vaughn alone, then Vaughn go live, he dish you, because now he been introduced to Storm Monroe platform, and then Storm just got burnt from them all. He said, I'm just through with everybody. Because he stopped doing the podcast with Von Ray. Because it was getting too much. It was a lot of mess going on. He said, man, I'm stopping it all. And Storm will block. I remember the last time he was just a mess and something happened. And he just blocked all. He blocked me. He blocked he just blocked everybody. He just blocked everybody because he was in. And I get it. I understand it. You want to protect your peace. But in this business, you talk about these celebrities so much that karma gonna come back. They're gonna start talking about you. It's bound to happen. Look at Wendy Williams. People need to learn from that. That karma, how she talked about celebrities and how she did it when she was going through her demise. What did people do? They talked about it. So you're not going to be exempt from that no matter who you are. If you're in this business talking about folks, people are going to turn around and talk about you. It's just going to happen. It will never stop.
No, agreed. I just think that the person we're all missing, that the person Storm should have said no to, was Chelsea, because no one invited her to stay. It sounds like she invited herself and she caused all the problems.
That piece too. Yes. I agree. If you see another party, they're just like, if you move somebody in, you let somebody move in with you and they move it in rent free or something like that. Then they bring their friend or their boyfriend. That's a problem because that wasn't on the original agreement. You know what I'm saying? And so she that's all on Storm. That's all on Storm. And yeah, he got to eat that because he allowed that in there and it became a storyline on YouTube. One of the biggest storylines on YouTube.
Wait. I'm not riding on this all on Storm bus because Chelsea is not absolved of responsibility. This is all because of her. It's her relationship with Vaughn that provoked Tasha K to ask for this favor on her behalf. Okay. Tasha K didn't like Vaughn enough to just ask to do a favor for him to have some place to live. She was doing it because she cares about Chelsea and Chelsea cared about Vaughn. So that's point one on Chelsea's responsibility.
Okay.
Point two is when Vaughn was staying there and Vaughn and Storm were peaceful in their coexistence, she shows up with her bags and her luggage, and then all hell breaks out, right? That's point 2. Then 3, things get so bad that she needs to have an order of protection or whatever and move out and yada, yada, yada. Now she wants Storm and Vaughn's relationship to dissolve, which they could have still been friends technically, right? They could have still been friends and everything been peaceful if they're all just employees, but her emotions were involved. And so she wanted to stop Vaughn's bag and his notoriety and all that stuff, his visibility, which I get. But this is all Chelsea. She's all in the mix. And she's, not to mention Wiley, she's feeding you information, which she finally fessed up to, and so did you, that she's feeding you information on the side that you're pushing out to us, the public, which we appreciate. Thank you kindly. But so it's all Chelsea, and we can do oh, she's young and she'll learn her lesson, whatever. That doesn't absolve her of responsibility. It's still Chelsea's fault. I'm not doing it's all Storm's fault. And I don't cape for anybody. I watch everyone. I stand no one. I stand Jesus. I'm just saying we're not doing it's all Storm's fault. He should have said no. No. This is all Chelsea's fault for many reasons, and that's the short list.
So listen. I'm hearing your point across there, but I'm more so standing on the homeowner. You have rights on who you let in your house, and get that. When it comes to stuff like that, I'm just making that plain. But I hear your point. I just think like so many people had their thoughts about what would you do and stuff like that. Some people will say I will let them in. Some people will say no. It's whatever. But we can't say that the world talked about this because this is on YouTube worldwide. We all had our thoughts about that whole Von Ray and Chelsea saga and Storm Monroe saga. It was getting so bad that Storm Monroe was working on his body, and people blame Von that that's the reason why Storm is doing shirtless pictures and shirtless videos. You remember that? Like that's how it really got so bad that a picture was leaked, and Vaughn was standing on Storm Monroe's back because he had a crack in his back.
Leaked air quotes, meaning
It was
right?
it was linked to the it was linked to the that Vaughn was standing on Storm back. When I tell you this is messy. So we can't get mad when this stuff is out in the public. It was a picture he was standing on the back, and they leaked that. Okay. Then Storm called and said, "Ooh, she makes some good macaroni and cheese." And then Storm said she went upstairs, she was crying. This all stuff was public. I don't know why people get shocked. This was public. Because even Storm, he even came and did an interview, said she makes some good macaroni and cheese, and she went upstairs. I don't want to rehash that, but that just say it was all parties was in this mess, and I'm here for it. I just wish the cameras was inside the house so we can see what was going on. Honestly,
You're terrible.
This was a reality show. It was a reality show, or it was played out on YouTube.
It really was.
Yeah,
it really was. It was like Christmas. It was all about all that drama that was going on.
And people supposed to be at home, spending time with their family. They was tuned in. I believe they were watching this show. It was so many factors in it. And like even today when Stormer and Tasha broke up, of course this was going to be major news because this is like the Lovely T and Tasha K fallout. It's major news because both parties are big YouTubers. They are big personalities on this platform. So you're going to get content creators like myself. I'm going to speak for me. I can't speak for nobody else. That will use it as content because it is content. These are two people that didn't thought out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just like the whole thing when we rushed for that story and said A$AP Rocky is cheating on Rihanna, we ran on that story. Everybody was talking about it. Then the man that put it out there, I apologize. I put out the wrong information. It ain't true. And stuff like that. So what I'm saying is when some go on, if it's a story, YouTubers are going to talk about it. And you, the supporters or the subscribers, the producers are going to watch it. It is what it is. That's what y'all here for, is to be entertained.
Right, and we are thoroughly entertained. I just have to. It just bothers me that people think Storm doesn't have a right to voice his opinion. I don't know if it's because he's a man or what. But for me, right is right, wrong is wrong. If you speak on me, whether justified or not, I don't care if you said I'm an axe murderer, and I am an axe murderer. If I hear it and I want to reply, I can. And so Storm can reply and say what he wants to say, and people shouldn't come at him for that. Like, Tasha K is on no one. She's not, like, I mean, no one is above approach here, reproach, whatever the saying is. So whatever, that's all I had to say. I hope you guys have a good night. Good night, chat and mods.
All right,
Thanks,
thank y'all.
Wiley.
Thank y'all so very much. Just like the whole situation when they were talking about Vaughn was arrested for breaking a restraining order, that didn't come from Chelsea. That came from Vaughn telling YouTubers that he was arrested for breaking the protective order. It didn't come from Chelsea. It came from Vaughn himself. He called some YouTubers that he knew, and he said, "Hey, this is the situation. I was arrested for breaking the protective order with Chelsea," and he reported it. And guess what that YouTuber did? They went live. They talked about it. So all this stuff is done publicly. All this is not on Chelsea. No, because she just got attached to a cloud chaser. You know what I'm saying? You got attached to a cloud chaser that wanted some fame. All right. Give me a second. Okay. 9582. All right. Okay, you trying to troll. Anonymous, you live on air. Hi. Okay, all right. Y'all, I'm gonna put y'all backstage and let y'all talk to among yourselves and troll. It's Chelsea telling you what to say right now. No, I'm just bringing it out. I'm actually reading y'all comments on my phone. I'm charging my phone up. I'm just reading my comments on here. All right. Oh wow! Somebody just said, "Okay, I know this is off topic. Okay, we'll talk about that tomorrow because that's off topic. I'll talk about that tomorrow. That's off topic. Let me save this. Give me a second. I'll talk about that tomorrow. Yeah, I'm not even gonna say the name. I'll talk about that tomorrow and have that was some good Easter content. All right, thank y'all so very much. Thank y'all so very much for the support. I'm gonna go. We got about 30 more minutes. If anybody have any closing thoughts, I gave my thoughts. I talked about what I have to say. I've said it. Of course, we will be talking to Larry Reed. We'll be clearing that up and talking with him on tomorrow. Thank y'all so very much. I want to give a special shout out to the producers. Thank y'all for liking the video. Can y'all click that like button? Click that like button. Click that like button. Yes, click that like button. Thank y'all so very much. We should at least have 500 or 600 likes. We want to personally thank y'all so very much. It was a good show. It really was a good show, and I was shocked because I didn't think people was going to watch me going live in the middle of the night. So I'm really really shocked that y'all have tuned in. I'm really really shocked. So thank you. Thanks for the entertainment. If you want to be a blessing, thank you. Thank you. Super Chat, Cash App, PayPal. Thank you so very much. They feed you lies to put out, so make them pay like they weigh. We see through the bull. Y'all see through the bull, man. See, people will watch it at any time. LOL. It did the way it did. Listen, I never met Armand in person. And I said that in countless times. He got to say what he got to say about me. I'm going to say we never met each other in person, you know, and we never have a friendship again. It is what it is, you guys. I'm doing YouTube like everybody else. I can still call him and like I call anybody else. You know, so I still have his number. We wish him the best. What do you think of Tasha wanted to fly out Armand? He's very talented. I think that's a blessing. Very talented guy. You know, if she wants to fly him out, that's very talented. Very, very talented. And nothing to speak negative about. He's very, very talented. You know, Tasha is very talented. A lot of these people are very, very talented. You know, I wish them all well. Yeah, I wish them all well. They're very, very talented people. Y'all have your members live. No, we didn't. We're gonna do the members only live. We're gonna do it over Zoom. So members, be on the lookout for that. I just seem like nobody I want to break bread with. All of you guys are, but she's supposed to be supporting you. Listen, I can't speak on that, you guys. So that's mess. I don't know the timeline. I don't know, and if she did, that's her prerogative. That's her house. That's her equipment. That's her production company. Tasha can do what she want to do on her show. You know, she can invite anybody on the show. I don't have no power over there with Kiwi Studios. I'm not an executive over there on Kiwi Studios and tell her who she could and could not interview. You know what I'm saying? Come on. If it's good business, it's good business. Come on. And I'm over here talking to the producers, right? What do you think about what do you think about? And I don't believe that she went to fly out on mine. If she did, he would have said so. What do you think about her insulting Storm Monroe's mother? Oh, okay. I really don't feel like people should bring in people, family members involved. But when you're venting about a situation, she just being brought up. Because when you become a celebrity on this platform, your family become fair game. I know I was dragged about my family. They were dragged. All people, it was dragged. And in this business, you have to learn how to get out of people. And meaning that you got to have some thick skin in this business. Because if you don't have thick skin in this business, you must get out of the business. So I'm not shocked that somebody mama was brought up. Not shocked at all. You become a public figure, your mom becomes the content. It is what it is. You can't look past it. You know what I'm saying? The main thing I would just say, just to know it. If it's not true, don't let it bother you. People say a lot of things is not true in my family. I don't get here lifting and stuff like that. Come on now. But let's be clear. You know what I'm saying? Chelsea slept on a mattress, and that's the same mattress that his mom slept on, according to the streets. So people was bringing it up. And then word was saying, oh, Chelsea's sleeping on a mattress. But then people will say, when your mama sleeping on the same mattress, you so it gets messy. It gets messy like that. And when nobody know who's sleeping on what mattress if they weren't allowed in the house, is what I'm saying. Yeah. So if you want to stand up for your mom, stand up for your mom. I'm not telling you not to stand up for your mom, but I get so much stuff said me, I'll be fighting all day, every day on this platform. It doesn't bother me. Because you don't know my people. You don't know me personally. You know what I'm saying? And from my understanding, I think according to Storm, he only met his mama one time. Yeah. I think he only met his mom. I think Tasha K only met his mom once, I believe, according to him. So this is what we hear from both sides. It's Storm side, it's Tasha side, and it's the truth. Okay, they said Wiley, they all admitted this evening to these secret chats, and Amar was supposed to fly out. I wish this person would call in. Call your friend. They all admitted it, and then blaming you for the text coming out. But they can blame me. It don't make me no difference. You can blame me all day. I know the truth. Wiley, at the end of the day, they ain't your friends. They always use you. Y'all both work at YouTube. If they want you to be quiet or put info, they need to pay you. Hey, we got the producers. Thank y'all so very much. We got the producers. So I didn't wreck the peace. So they said about Wiley wrecked the peace talk. I didn't wreck the peace talks. Wiley just talked about a story. And I'm definitely going to call Larry tomorrow. I know he's busy because he's getting ready for his sermon to do. I'm definitely calling him tomorrow. We definitely got to talk about it, because we definitely going to have to have a conversation. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong, because we definitely talk about it. Right? Wiley is because people think we so don't understand, but we understand this business. You don't think I don't know that people have secret conversations? You under a rock. These people be having secret conversations and everything else. But guess what? It's gonna come to the light. It's gonna come to the public, and the public gonna be like, what? You know what I'm saying? YouTube is messy business. This is if you're not used to being in and you don't want to be in the message, don't become a part of this consecration. You're gonna being a consecrator. They said, would you cover Darius? We cover Darius Cooks. We cover Darius Cooks. I'm sorry, Cooks. We covered him on our channel. I answered my question. Did Tasha send you? And Larry told her. That's the $1 million question. I'm just gonna say that I received a text message and I read the text message on the live. They all who the fake preacher and the strange dude with the weave swoop along. They said you didn't do nothing. I didn't do nothing wrong. All right. Now you go make a click. I just got to click in a view. That's it. That's all I got. I just went live and I talked about it. You know what I'm saying? I talked about only thing that I regret, I should have called Larry and said, hey Larry, it's a story that I gotta talk about that you sent a text. Do you want to confirm or deny? Do you have a comment to say about it? That's the only thing that I wish I would have said, but I didn't. Okay. But we thank y'all so very much. We've been on here almost 3 hours. Man, I wasn't expecting to be on here for 3 hours. Really? I ain't know we almost been on for 3 hours. Do you have regrets? Regrets about what? Don't regret nothing. Will he called you? No, I don't think he would have called me. I said the only thing that I regret is calling him. That's the only thing I regret. Hey, as a media, hey, what do you have to say about it? That's the only regret that I have. Right? That's the only right, Paul. Yeah, that's Paul. Even Paul said that's what we should have called it. But we got that juicy story and we had to go live. And it's about 20,000 people y'all watching that live. You know, I think it's at 10,000, Paul, right? I think it's at 10,000, right? And then we did a restream of it, got an extra 3,000, so about 13,000 hits altogether. Yeah, we did a replay of that. And almost got 13, 14,000. Yeah, so we got our clicks and views. Armand did mention today that Tasha offered in December to fly him out and have a sit down with him and Larry Reid. He said he'd think about it, but it's really a no. See, it's nothing wrong with that. That would be good clicks and views. Like, you understand, Tasha K is a businesswoman. So let me say this and then we can close. Since y'all bringing it up, since y'all want to bring it up and talk about it. Okay. If she reached out to Larry Reid and Tasha K and to have a conversation and Larry Reid mediated, it's good clicks and views. That's good business, right? It's nothing wrong. That's good business, good clicks and views, especially if it's going to be on Unwind with Tasha K channel or Tasha K Live, the app. If that was the case, if that was true, it's good clicks and views, right? I don't have any evidence of it. I don't have any receipts of it. But let's just say, for the point of argument, that it was true. That's good business. Why not do it? It's good clicks and views. It's good conversation. And it's money to be made. So if you want to get that and make that, it's amazing. There's nothing wrong with that. She says, so why aren't you good for her business then? Why isn't she flying you out? You don't know what's happening behind the scenes to that viewer tag. You don't know. Like, people, they talk. You don't know if I flew out to Tasha K. Just because I don't tell you. I have been gone. I will tell you this. I have been gone off this app for days. How do you not know if I have not been in Atlanta taping some content? You just don't know. I have been gone on this platform for a long time. You just don't know. I think people want to rush stuff. You can't rush stuff. You know what I mean? So I'm like, whoa, like y'all trying to rush stuff. Why did you think you was ultimately wrong in Tasha K's storm situation in your? However, no, I'll just give my opinion. You have ran and told LOL, just kidding. Well, then tell us about it, because she has your full support, and we want to know that she supports you too. She supports the Wiley Show. Tasha K have been on my show countless times. I don't know what y'all talking about. She's been on the show countless times. She was just in the chat maybe a day or two ago. So she's been on our show countless times. She never come back. We are grateful for her support. We are very grateful of support. We thankful. We didn't have no guests in the chat today, and we had almost 1,000 people in the chat. The Wiley Show is growing, and we're going to get there. You know what I'm saying? We thankful for everybody like that. We had almost 1,000, no special guests. We didn't get a special guest to come in. I didn't have a content creator with hundreds of thousands of support. We just got this on our own. We want to thank everybody for their support. We put the title together. Shout out to a team member for putting the thumbnail together. And we just doing a show in the middle of the night. And we did not have a person with hundreds of thousands of subscribers on our platform. We didn't have that. We're just on here talking like we regularly been talking with the mic and talking to the audience and being authentic. Doesn't know what in these YouTube streets. I'll take one. I'll take nothing from Tasha K, as it will be aired out later for clicks and views. Oh, that's what you say, Chelsea A. Oh wow. Wally, I love you and support Tasha. Loyalty, yes. She implies she knows how to handle you. If Armand meet up with her, if you got upset. Listen, I will never get upset about that. That does not bother me. It really does not. If they show up today, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go live and do a review on it, like I've done on many other shows. We don't want you to be another Tasha K and Nicki Minaj situation. But what people don't get, Wiley is not pressed for a collab. Y'all think I'm pressed. You can never see me in DMs and text say, we need to link up. We need to do a project. You don't see that from me. What Wiley does, I work, I come and do YouTube, work, come and do YouTube. I mind my own business. I do not be in these people DMs saying, let's do a collab like that. Now, I will reach out to a guest, like interview an author or a politician or a web series design, a web reality star. I reach out for that because that's different. That's business. But reaching out to Tasha, begging her for a collaboration, begging her to fly me down to Georgia, no, that don't exist. And it will never exist because I'm a man, number one. If I have to work 2 or 3 jobs, we will do so. And we're going to make sure that our rent is paid. So let's just make that perfectly clear, right? And that's why I have the respect of the audience. All right? Wish you were ready to leave her alone in December and you seem mad. I was happy that you stood up for yourself. I'm going to stand up for myself. I don't care who is. I stood up for myself in December, and I made it plain. And then we left there because we made a deal. We did a compromise. She didn't want her name in the same title of Ramon Wiggins, and we made a compromise. I said, okay, if that's a issue, we will make a compromise. We will not put your name in the title as with his name as together. We would think of other creative ways. So instead of saying Ramon Wiggins, we say other stuff, right? So I just took that compromise from that situation. It was a compromise that I didn't mind making, you know. Mom said that he has never sat down with Tasha, although she had offer, and that her team or husband is aware of it. All right, y'all hear what y'all had to say. Stood up for yourself. That sat down real fast. Don't disrespect Armand, please. Ain't nobody disrespecting that brother. Nobody disrespect them. While the people always try to come for you, but you always able to defend yourself. Oh yeah, I'm going to defend myself. When I feel like I'm being pushed in the corner, I will defend myself. Almost definitely, because definitely will. And when I do end up on these platforms on MSNBC, CNN, Fox News, ABC News, The View, that's where my heart lies. You know what I'm saying? When I end up on those platforms, and we will end up on those platforms pretty soon. We're gonna put that in the atmosphere. Pretty soon. MSNBC, Fox News, for something good though. For something good. for something wonderful. And that's gonna be a blessing to our show. I was just gonna say it's just gonna be amazing. Okay. Thank y'all so very much. Wally, are you doing another members live? Yes, I am, but I'm gonna do it. I will let you know on the members only live because we got to take a poll to see when y'all are available. And we're gonna do a members only live. Absolutely. I hope you go watch and give your opinion tomorrow. Yes, I will watch. Almost definitely, you know I'm gonna watch and give my opinion tomorrow. I'm gonna be watching. I'm gonna see what Larry Reed said. And get, because most of the time people give me this up, but it's a difference when you can sit down and give your thoughts. Because I remember people was giving me opinions and sending me texts about Tasha K live, and I didn't watch it live. So I repeated it, but then I made sure today or yesterday, because it's Sunday. I went live yesterday, and we talked about the live. But then yesterday, I was able on my lunch break. I literally listened to what Tasha K said, and I broke down what she said and give a full breakdown because I don't mind doing that. All right. Somebody said you are going to be I'm not going to be disappointed. You must not really not know me. I'm gonna use that for some good content. Let me call my thumbnail guy right now. Let me call my thumbnail person right now. Okay. All right. Boom, 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 boom. All right. My disrespectful. All right. I don't like the way he dragged Wiley. Oh wow. So people in here that don't like that. Oh wow. Well, I'm gonna see it for myself, you guys. Yeah, I'm gonna see it. I'm gonna see it for my. I'm gonna see it for myself. I wasn't even planning on going live for Easter for Sunday, but I'm gonna see it for myself. Okay, good. Anybody will be that support. So I don't even know who Armand is, but if you would start this too much, I just didn't like the way they dragged you tonight. Then Tasha was in their chat. Ooh, y'all is trying to be messy. Wiley be dragged about too. Wiley ain't exempt. No, I'm not exempt. It doesn't bother. You see, I'm not bothered. Armand always dragged Brother Wiley. He didn't talk about you. I'm just saying. Okay. Well, we'll see when I watch it for myself, though. We'll see when I watch it for myself. Thank y'all so very much. Thank y'all, producers. Shout out to Storm Monroe for coming in the chat, showing us love. Thank y'all so very much. And I will see y'all later. And whatever y'all need to send me the timestamps. If y'all have to send me timestamps and stuff like that. And of course, for that, and let me know what do y'all want me to talk about. I thank y'all so very much for y'all support. All right. All right. I'm done because we've been on here for almost 3 hours, y'all. Thank you. We've been on here for almost 3 hours. Not true, but don't make it like Tasha was part of it. That's not true. Don't make it like Tasha K was part of it. That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna watch it for myself. Yeah, I'm gonna watch. That's what I'm saying, Tasha. I'm gonna watch it for myself to get more of an understanding. Because I have to see it for myself. Because I didn't see it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just getting secondhand information. And it's kind of hard getting the full context when you're watching two lives at the same time. You got to be, yeah. So I'm definitely going to do that. Yes. Happy Easter. Okay. Okay, we're going to see about that. We just giving our thoughts. Okay. I'm seeing in the chat. Thank y'all. All right. I got my well, today I use my phone, but I got my notepad, my index cards that I can watch it. I got to know and start watching and come over to your live. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Can't wait to see your opinion after you watch it. Yeah, you'll see my thoughts. All right. Thank y'all so very much. Make sure y'all thumbs up and leave a comment. Peace. Oh, hold on. Let me before I go, let me because somebody want to become a member. Hold on 1 second. I want to if somebody want to become a member, give me a second. Hold on. I had the link. What'd I do with it? Oh, here it go. Hold on 1 second. I'll drop it in here if you want to become a member. Give me a second. All right, give me a quick second. I'm going to drop it if you want to become a member. And I'm done. It's $4.99. $4.99. All right. Thank y'all so much. I've been a subscriber. It's $4.99 to become a member. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Talk to y'all later. Bye.